Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Celestial Esports Twitch channel. We're here today with the second week of VL's Division 1 games in Split 1. Today, Celestial Helios going up against Aberdeen Wylde. Just the one well-known name on the other side of the rift on this one. I'm not here on my own. I am joined by Cliff, who is making a point of doing as many of the games as is humanly possible this split.
Hello. I'm a bit sick today, so you'll have to bear with me. After last week, by the way, after last Thursday, I'm actually really fucking glad you're here, because if I had to play-by-play cast this fucking team, I would be dead by the end of the evening, because they fought constantly for about 35 minutes, 2 games in a row, and it was horrendous.
Alrighty. Well, draft is on the cards already.
Sarah. Oh, we're in draft. Okay, let me tell over. Thanks for the sub, Ferragosto. Ferragoonsto. Let's see what we're seeing. So, Celestial Helios have banned the Vayne. Aberdeen Wylde have understandably banned the Gragas, because that's all Thomas has played in ranked.
Yeah,
Followed.
the Gragas one tricking is in fact going quite hard.
Yeah, whereas full AP Gragas every game in solo queue. He's played 15 games and then just stopped playing solo queue, as is his way. Looks like they're targeting the ADC. By the way, somebody probably wants to tell Blanco that he had the wrong role quest right now in lobby.
Oh yeah, it's bugged.
Otherwise, we're going to end up with level 20 ADC. That would be fun. Actually, it'd be impossible for him to fucking get it, right? Because you have to be in your lane to get the...
Yeah,
Well, you
you get more if you're in your lane.
You get double the progress if you're in your lane, yeah. I don't know, I don't play lane anymore. Fuck that shit. Just let me full clear on repeat. There's 3 ADC bans, so Vayne, Helios, Smolder, and then Gragas, Thresh on the side of Aberdeen Wylde. Last ban coming out. I wonder why Jarvan's not a terrible one. Yeah, okay. I don't dislike the Jarvan. I was gonna say Yunara is still open, and Silence looked pretty clean on the Yunara last week.
That he did. Also, very, very strong champion at the moment. We're seeing it first picked across multiple divisions with a very high level of consistency. Champion's kind of just not getting hit by the nerf hammer at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, it's a rough one because I think she doesn't have a crazy high win rate, right? In solo queue, like it's not massive, but the play rate is really high. So it's one of those ones where the win rate probably isn't as high because loads of people are like, "Oh, she's busted. Let me pick her up and learn her," which obviously drags
And
the win
she's
rate
just
down.
not one of the best solo queue champions. She does rely on
Oh yeah, crazy in
around that.
fives, crazy strong in fives, because you have people to play around you. But solo queue as an 80 carrier is like Chinese water torture. Once with the Cog. Cog's pretty strong as well, though, to be fair. I think
Cog has been strong for a while. Very underappreciated champion a lot of the time.
Cog Lulu pulling out the classic. We played this in me and Noah played this in finals, and it's kind of fucking disgusting.
I know you did. I remember drafting it.
Especially if you get to sit there and do nothing for like 15 minutes. It is absolutely disgusting to play against.
That it is.
So let's see a bit of aggression from Lance. Maybe like a Blitzcrank or something. 2 very good hook targets.
Yeah, it would be the standard answer into a lane like this. Could look for something like the Bard, however. Just leave the Yunara to her own devices and look to move around the map. Gonna lock the Nocturne in for Endeavor, however.
Lamps Ramos angle. Please don't. No Ramos into Cog Lulu. No, no, no. I don't want to see that. I don't want the
Yeah,
aneurysm of
Fenrir,
watching
let's not look for a Rammus angle right now. Hey,
Lance trying to powerball up to Lulu and just getting polymorphed and having to
Ollied.
walk away.
The
There's the
Blitzcrank
Blitzcrank.
is gonna be the lock-in. Very, very standard. Very, very expected.
Yeah, I mean, it's already a good draft to play Blitz into, just with two champions like Cog and Lulu. If you have two targets to hook as Blitz, you're already having a good time. So
Indeed, you are.
don't want to be hooking that though. And Mumu locked in. Decent champion. He's still in an okay spot. Did he get a buff this patch? Was he one of the ones that got buffed this patch?
I don't believe so. I'll just double check that though.
I know there was some jungle buffs.
No, jungle buffs this patch were Belvith, Briar, Hecarim, Kane, I believe Maokai, I believe Neferi, Nunu, Trundle, Vi, and Zinzao.
I think the Maokai buff, by the way, they said it's a jungle buff, but really, I think it's actually a top lane buff.
It's quite possible.
The Q just does a little bit more damage. I think it's a top lane buff.
Ariana banner coming in second rotation here for Aberdeen Wylde. Meanwhile, Set going to be taken away by Helios.
Yeah, knock Ori, disgusting combo. So I think taking away the Oriana is always a good play.
Manzuki's comfortable champions as well.
He played really well on it last week.
Worth mentioning, Mel is re-enabled today.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes, it was only a week ban because it was not a rework, it was just a major update. She's re-enabled as of yesterday.
So W isn't damage immunity anymore, right? It's a shield.
It's a shield and a reflect for projectiles.
And a reflect
yes.
for projectiles, yeah.
It also does not, if memory serves, they've changed it so it doesn't reflect projectiles that are not aimed at you.
Okay.
Or AoE ones at the very least.
AoE ones, so it doesn't like reflect. Oh, that's bad. So the Briar counter's out the window.
I believe so.
Oh, that sucks. The Briar counter was so good in Mel. You just shoot your ult at her in her face and get her to reflect it and then walk underneath your own tower.
Anivia gonna be the lock-in here on 4 for Aberdeen Wylde. Quite punishable.
Yeah, it's another good hook target as well.
Yeah, punishable by the Nocturne, especially if you can get like a Syndra or a Mel here for Manzuki. We'll see what Helios opts to go for. Jonjo also, weak side Blinding King, having to do his job once again in blinding. Aurora going to be the lock-in. So very, very high damage composition so far. We'll see how they want to round it out. I'd wager with a form of another form of CC to play the pick alongside the Blitzcrank, or just a very, very good frontliner like the Ornn or something.
The Ornn,
akin.
yeah. I think we could see Jonjo Ornn kind of fits into the comp right here. Buys space at the front. It's gonna go Kennen. What, Jonjo?
Very, very squishy team comp, but if this Kennen finds the Cogmore, he is dead where he stands.
Yeah, but the blind Kennen is kind of crazy from Jonjo here.
Zahen going.
I don't think Zahen is much of a counter, to be fair. Like, it's not terrible for Kennen.
As long as you can space him, it'll work like any arranged into melee bruiser matchup, I would wager.
Yeah, the thing with the Zahen is I believe it's the W that pulls you towards him. That's the spell you have to dodge. Basically, after that, like, it's a free matchup for Kennen. And if ever you make the mistake of getting dashed onto, you can just E away. So he should be okay. It's just the W.
Yes.
If ever that W just gets used and doesn't hit, Jonjo can kind of just play the pressure and run him down a little bit. So I think Jonjo's done quite well with the blinding cannon and being given a bruiser top laner that doesn't do well against ranged characters. Obviously, Aberdeen Wylde are Jonjo fans. They can't see the boy Jonjo do poorly.
Well, time will tell how this goes.
Do I?
Hit the button, Clifford.
I can't hit the button.
What do you mean you can't hit the button?
The button is grey.
You drop out, it'll move to someone else, I can invite you back. It might just be the lobby code breaking. Oh, it's dropped to me. Lobby borked.
Is the button grey for you as well?
The button is in fact grey. Code is broken. Code hath broken. Time to make lobby like in a rule set. We find it.
Small indie company. So everybody just needs to leave the lobby, right?
Yeah, pretty much. I'm going to try and find the... There we go, game settings. Celestial. Helios. Lamps.
Love it, Riot. There's always an issue. I say that, I don't think there was an issue on Monday. What was the issue on Monday? What team was Monday? Oh, I remember what the issue was on Monday. The issue on Monday was Ollie's brain cells.
My jungler is
The issue on the
a
stream
character.
on a Monday was King Ollie being a suicidal maniac. Yeah, Daddy Saurus, we had plenty of issues uh, in some of the lobbies. Fortunately, I don't think there was any issues in the Fenrir lobbies on Monday.
There was not. No, I've not been hit by them at all.
Just waiting for the invite, and then we will jump into the game. Some spicy drafts though. I actually think I prefer the Helios draft. I think I'd rather play the Helios draft,
Yeah.
but because I don't think the Nocturne fits into the draft that well, and I'm not overly fond of the cannon. But Anivia Cog Lulu just sounds horrendous to play into Blitzcrank. Yeah, fair. It's all on me. Sorry, I'm the one that's making the game delayed. My bad. My bad, bro.
God
My
damn it,
bad.
Clifford.
I'm sorry, guys. Do you know what? It very well might be, because I have a suspicion that the lobby breaks on the game codes if whoever has the button joins the spectate part of the lobby.
Possibly, but I've jumped into spectate a few times as the first one in lobby and never had an issue.
Yeah, no, MZ, trust me, it's Aurora mid and it's Cannon top. These people aren't ultimate bravery MZ players like you. Let's keep the sound of the lobby up, Ferris, so you know that we're getting into the lobby. You know that things are moving along. Also, nobody wants to watch Jonjo Aurora. Fenrir is a fucking great point there.
Jonjo Aurora.
Jonjo Aurora does not go hard. I'd rather see Chuck's Aurora.
We've seen Chuck's Aurora a couple of times.
I played against Chuck's Aurora.
Oop.
Okay, big.
Go. They've not set up as tournament drafts. They ignored what I wrote.
They haven't set it up as tournament draft. They set it up as blind pick.
Doesn't really matter.
It doesn't really matter. Yeah, it means that we'll get into the game quicker.
Does they make a huge difference?
Okay. I hope we see a Malphite today, by the way. Because I set something up on the stream that I want to use. So if everybody could spam Jonjo and DMs and tell him to pick Malphite for game 2, I'd appreciate it. By the way, one follower away from 100. There's got to be somebody watching that ain't followed. Do us a favor. Hit that follow button. You get to hear the best alert in all of VL. It is oh, there we go. My goat. Absolute goat. Thank you for the follow. No, ferret. That's it, you banned. Cobb raises a great point. There's much more chance of Lamps going unbanned for a 4 split than Jonjo playing Aurora. Especially when there's a cannon in the lobby as well. Like, come on now. You're telling me there's a cannon and it's not going to be in
Yeah.
Jonjo's hands in VL? What is this? It's a fucking outrage. Oh, sorry. I am still dying
All
here.
good. We are just playing a waiting game anyway. So, we said that we...
I mean, I gave my opinion on draft. What's your opinion?
Yeah, I agree with you. I think I would, just at a base level, prefer to play the Helios draft, but that is because I'm not a huge fan of what Aberdeen Wylde have going for them. They've got very weird
Like,
stylistic stuff.
they have 2 front lines. They have a bruiser and a tank. I mean, I assume it's going to be like Leandri's into tank on a Mumu. And then 2 range damage carries and a support is kind of standard, but like Anivia is really inconsistent damage. Kog'Maw takes a really long time to scale into the game to be a threat. Zehen is quite squishy, especially when most of his like frontline threat comes from the passive. Um, and if any of Anivia, Kog'Maw, or Lulu get hooked, they probably get insta blown up by like Aurora, Yunara burst.
Yeah.
So, and then Nocturne can also just turn the lights off and give Blitzcrank a free hook. So, but if they catch Helios slipping, like a counter engage from their comp is crazy, but Zehen just really doesn't fit that.
Yeah, no, that is it's really weird. I mean, I guess you're looking at like layering up Curse of the Sad Mummy, Glacial Storm, and the Zahen ult. But
But like Maokai would have just done a better job.
it's not ideal to say the least.
Or even like an Alawi to play the space.
God, she knows. I'm totally not looking up Zahen's ability names as we speak. Don't mind me. Okie
See
dokie.
it.
There's only one important or 2 important ones that I need to think about. It's fine.
It's the Q is 3 Talon Strike. It's not 3 Talon Strike, but the Q is 3 Talon
The W
Strike.
is wind becomes lightning.
The W is when becomes lightning. Exactly. You're getting it now.
He is oh shit, what's it called?
What's the name of Aatrox's dash? That's the E.
Umbral Dash.
Yep, there we go.
And then the ult is I guess it's Crescent Guard again.
It's Crescent Guard, yeah. Okay, we are loading in. Big, big, big. Any interesting rune choices? Not
Not
really.
really. I mean, Electrocute
Maybe.
Cannon,
Yeah, I'd say maybe the
Fleet
Electrocute
Footwork
Cannon.
Zahen.
I guess the Fleet Footwork is to give him space in the lane.
It's just to deal with a range matchup, I think. Other than that, I mean, I don't love Phase Rush and Nivea this game. It's not really saving you from anything.
No. I'm also not the biggest fan of Glacial Augment. I think if you're gonna take Glacial Augment, you might as well just take Spellbook. But
Bellspook.
it's not terrible either. Like it's pretty good. I think it's better than Aftershock on Blitzcrank.
Yeah, I mean, Aftershock, you're not really getting a huge amount of value out of at a base level just because you're almost never in the face of more than one person.
You could see an argument for
Okay,
Guardian, but it's useless.
I'll take that one, Ferez. That Henalt is the showstopper.
Showstopper. What? Whose ult is Showstopper?
That.
Download failed. Unable to download spectator data. The game will now exit. Huh?
Oh. Riot
Huh?
client.
Riot.
Rajot.
Oh my god. Please tell me the spectator servers aren't just dead.
What a time to be alive.
And now I have a black screen.
As do I.
Did you get the same issue that I did then, yeah?
I did indeed.
Oh, Riot.
Rajot.
It's broken. Nah.
Let me go ahead and have a look at the Mad stream a second, see if they're having the same issues that we are. Nope, they're in.
Oh,
Oh, okay. I think that happened at the same time for us.
am I in?
I don't know. I'm on the
I'm
loading
backing
screen.
loading screen. I'm backing loading screen.
Yeah, okay, we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. Big, 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 big.
I updated all of my drivers today, so
I've not done anything today, so with a bit of luck, it'll work. Hey,
oh,
there
we're
we
in, we're in. Oh,
go.
this looks weird. Ah, this will be why the top lane
Ah, Johnners.
looks like both the top laners DC'd.
No, one was a bungler. On the bright side, we haven't got to sync up.
We don't because it was
Insta-paused.
insta-paused. Updating my drivers did break stuff, by the way.
Change your
100%.
scene, by the way. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and it's
Always
because
does.
I updated my drivers and now it's broken my settings.
Oh. This is a brand new PC, right? Surely.
Huh?
Your computer's like, this is a brand new PC, right? Surely.
Yeah, I know, right? There we go. And now I should be able to tab out and it won't change. There we go. Cool. Fixed it.
Hey. Your aspect ratio is a bit boned on stream, however.
My
there
aspect
you go.
ratio. Oh yeah,
It was. It's because you set it to windowed.
It's because I set it to windowed. I have to set it. It breaks for me. I don't know why.
Really?
But if I change it from full screen straight to borderless, and this is for like every game, it just crashes, and I'm not sure why.
Oh.
So I have to change it to windowed and then to borderless from windowed.
Intriguing.
Because you know, PCs like to make sense with all of the issues that they have.
Yeah. Somebody has reconnected.
So John
That
G's
was
back.
Johnners.
And now we're waiting for Futa Final Flash, which, by the way, a horrendous
Yeah,
name.
this is going to be some interesting. I don't even know what their mid laner's name is because he's not got streamer mode turned on.
Oh yeah, what was the mid laner's name?
1 second. What team is it? Aberdeen Wylde. Is it Slinger?
I think it's Slinger. Yeah, it must be Slinger, surely. Reaper top, Futa Final Flash jungle, Blank already, Simple, Bot. Must be Slinger.
Yeah, it'll be Slinger. And
John
for those at home who are going to miss it, the Celestial Helios jungler is not Sunlight, it is Endeavor, and that is what I'm going to call him unless I get caught up in the moment.
Yeah, I'm gonna accidentally refer to him as Thomas the entire time, and I already know I am.
Guarantee
So.
it.
the problem when you've been playing with somebody or known somebody since like 2019.
I have no doubt you'd have the same issue with me if you use my actual name instead of my tag.
Yeah, yeah. I like sometimes I call John Joe by his actual name as well. So like,
See, that one's more understandable for me because I actually met up with the guy.
yeah, yeah. You've met John Joe, yeah.
Met Thomas
Did you
as
call
well.
him? Did you call him his actual name when you met him in real life, or did
I
you
don't
call him
think so.
John Joe?
I don't think I called Thomas by his real name either.
He's always been Thomas to me. That's what everybody on that's what everyone on WSL used to call him. So
I mean, it is in fact his name.
it is his name. It's also my name.
Yeah.
It's also your boyfriend's name.
Yeah, it's also Beck's name. There's a fair few Thomases
It's also
in,
Beck's name.
VL.
Yeah, yeah,
In Celestial alone, let alone in VL.
To be fair,
Although I
it's
think
like
all but one are spelt the same.
it's like the most generic white British name of all time.
Replace John.
Yeah. It's the Tom, Dick, and Harry, right?
Yeah, every Tom, Dick, and Harry. And for the non-native English speakers, Dick is short form for Richard.
Yes, yes, it is. I
In
had the
fact,
exact same thought.
I think all three of them are short form. Tom, of course, is short form for Thomas. Dick is short for Richard, and Harry is often short for Harrison.
Harrison, yeah.
At least historically has been. Harry has become a much more standalone name in recent years.
Yeah, you don't really see many Harrisons, do you?
No. Harrison Ford.
True.
But the only one that comes to mind.
But Harrison Ford is like 80 years old, so...
Yeah, yeah. Get on up. Okay, so just for posterity's sake, the actual Zarhen ability names are Cultivation of War. The Q is quite easy. It's the Dark Englaive. W is Dreaded Return. The E is Aureate Rush, and the ultimate is Grim Deliverance, which, might I add, goes incredibly hard.
Grim Deliverance is a great name. I did not realise that Zahen Ol works like Ambessa Ol, and he gets armor pen through it.
Yeah. They've been doing that to every top laner they add now. It's kind of silly.
I think that's so stupid.
The last two top laners they've added, they've given flat armor pen as a passive on the ultimate.
Or it's percent armor pen, it's not flat.
I meant flat as in
Oh, okay.
you get it at a flat level.
But flat and percent armor pen are very different.
Yes, it is percent armor pen at a flat level.
Yeah. Is it like 5 every and a 10 at base and then 5 every, or 10?
If you hit shift, you can see.
Oh my god, it's 10% every level? Jesus!
Yep, same with Ambessa. Ambessa's 10, 20, 30.
Yeah, I think it's broken.
It is a little bit, but then you also got to bear in mind they do significantly less damage than the rolls that actually need armor pen.
Yeah, true. I mean, that's why you can build them as bruisers, right? Because you get the armor pen.
Yep.
As we waiting for this jungler to still load in, by the way. Loving the absolute dead time we're getting in this game.
So how's your day been, Clifford?
Oh, he's reconnected. Let's go. My day's been horrendous. Actually, that's not true. I watched Men in Black 3.
Oh, okay, big.
Great film. And then we came to the conclusion that Will Smith kills actresses' careers. Because the female lead in Men in Black stopped making films after Men in Black. The female lead in Men in Black 2 stopped making films after Men in Black 2. And then other than Emma Thompson, there aren't any women in Men in Black 3. And you can't kill Emma Thompson's career, so...
Yeah, fair enough. Well, I'm hoping that once we actually get into the games, these are bangers, because this is going to be my last cast for a while.
Oh, well, if it's anything like last week, Helios are just going to fight for the entire game, Chuck's basically got front row seats to watching me cast the series because every time he tried to speak, they started fighting again.
Way! We're in! Let's go. Pause after the pause with the pause.
Classic. Right, still have not fixed this bug. How many years has it been now?
They won't. It is meant to make sure you don't end up too close to 3 minutes.
Oh, really? That's the purpose
Yeah.
of it.
I believe so, yes. I believe it is intentional to make sure that you don't end up catching up past 3 minutes.
I guess because when you go into a pause, it just jumps forward, doesn't it, in the pause?
No, so what happens in the pause is, of course, the pause will start when you hit it and then should unpause when they unpause in game. So you'll still be 3 minutes behind, but it then has to freeze up because you're unpausing quicker. So it'll freeze up for a few seconds to let the game advance a little bit. Standard cover, of course, this season invades are very, very rare. You don't have enough time, although Blancor could be looking to go for a bit of a trade onto Silence here. Does pop the W. As Lamps is now in the area. Simple's gonna bully him in the tri-brush.
Support combat.
Supportal combat indeed. The Glacial doing decent work. Silence gonna continue trading onto Blancor here. The W is down, so the extra range is gone. Has that Q stacked already. The tempo up as well. A good, nice chunk going through it as well. Slinger gonna miss the Q onto Manzuki here in the mid lane as well. So favorable trades across the board. Another good hook coming through from Lamps. Forces the heal out of Simple already. Good stun onto Manzuki in this mid lane. Ghost has been popped by the Anivia. Manzuki gonna have to flash. Not gonna flash, instead just gonna give over first blood as Endeavor looking to invade onto Futa final finish. One more auto after this will do it. The flash not gonna come through. Flash away from tower range. It's a 1-for-1 in the first 2 minutes of the game in 2 different parts of the map. So I think it might just be like last week if I had to make any guesses.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's been a constant fighting since before the minion waves even arrived. It was, unlucky for Manzuki to not... I guess he just opted to save the flash. He gets the ghost burned. Early kill over to Anivia doesn't really matter too much, and Sunlight catching the Amumu on his camp, really good for the Nocturne, because Amumu, 0 CS, by the way, has lost his entire topside.
Wait, how? Did he start on Krug, or did he just have it smitten away?
I think he had the red, must have been smited away, then moved to his Krugs, got contested on the Krugs, and then whilst he was dead, Endeavor took the... hook here!
Bot lane. Good hook from Lamps. Blancor gonna be forced to flash. Static Shield gonna keep Lamps alive for now, but that W is ticking. The Ghost has been popped. Not ticking any longer. If they want to re-engage, they can. The cooldown not incredibly long at this point in the game. Manzuki gonna get stunned up once again by the Permafrost. Reaper trying to take a bit of a trade in the top lane, but Jonjo able to trade back quite effectively. Ranged into melee matchup is always fun, I promise.
Yeah, it's like I said, like last week, constant fighting. Yeah, so he must have had the red smited away, got contested on the Krugs, and then had his Raptors taken from him, and yeah, constant fight. Flash over the wall here.
Can't quite find the knock up. There it is. Hook lands onto Simple. There is a flash left on this Lulu. Cleanse out of Silence as Lamps goes down thanks to the poly. Jonjo flashing forward on Reaper in the top side. Will get him with the Ignite. Silence able to get out with his life. All popped in the mid lane. Futa final finish was in the area in case that bot lane fight went a bit longer. Endeavor also around, but it's just going to be the 1-for-1 top side for bot side.
It was a good glitter lance from the Lulu when Lance came over the wall. Tried to look for the hook, and then Simple Sam just cuts off the engage.
Endeavor now in the mid lane. Wall's going to stop him dead in his tracks. A little bit more damage. Sends the egg straight out. Going to tank up the tower. This kill goes across to Manzuki. A very well executed gank in the mid lane.
Yeah, the wall was decent to try and stop Sunlight, but I think he could have probably tried to flash the combo from the Aurora to safety. No Ghost available, so yeah, maybe felt a bit safe. But that Aurora damage with the 3-mark passive plus the Ignite, it does really catch you off.
That it does. Another small trade coming out on the top side between Reaper and Jonjo. Good chunk of damage coming down from this cannon. As Endeavor is on the top side. There is a ward in this bush, so the Aureate Rush should send Reaper to safety.
Sunlight is over double CS on the Amumu, so it's
And has been everywhere.
yeah, he's been everywhere. He's resetting whilst his topside camps are coming back up, so he's gonna be a bit delayed on his second clear. Would this be his second clear? I think this is his second clear,
It would
right?
be, yeah.
So you know, there is a gank going topside though. Jonjo no sums.
And there is a hook in the bot side. Sam under tower. While Jonjo going to get pulled back by the return there. Knocked up. Stunned by the banish toss once again. Reapery going to take that one quite happily. Simple Sam, the bot side, able to get out with his life as well. It's just a 1-kill return in favor of Aberdeen Wylde. The gold graph, pretty much dead even.
Yeah, I mean, constant fighting. The Nocturne is very far ahead, quite close to level 6 as well, so it's going to be really important around this first Drake if they try and contest it, because level 6 popped here by Manzuki.
Rift Between Worlds goes down, but so does the Glacial Storm. The flash into E misses. The damage just isn't quite there for Manzuki. Can't quite find the angle to catch onto Slinger. See Lamps lying in wait in the bot side here as well. Gonna get slowed up by the split there. Does have the hook, does find it onto Blanco. Knockup comes through. Lance is good, but the Nocturne ult has been popped. Near sighted in he comes. The Polymorph's not gonna do enough on Silence Flash forwards. The Ghost has been popped, but he's feared away and slowed. Slowed once again by the Arc of Ruin. Simple Sam gonna go down to Silence as well off the back of those bouncing balls of death. And it's 2 very quick kills on the bot side. Very well played gank by Celestial Helios.
Yeah, and that's going to confirm them the Dragon as well. I thought the hook from Lamps was a little bit optimistic. Obviously, he's been hitting quite a few of these hooks so far. But every time he does seem to hit one, it seems like the damage that gets traded back onto him is a lot higher than that's coming out onto the enemy. But yeah, Endeavor down there, Sunlight down there. They pick up 2 kills. One over to Silence, one over to Sunlight, and they get the Drake as well, so it's a good spot for Celestial Helios to be in already. And if they keep this pressure up, they should be doing well. The Nocturne is 2-0-2, very close to his first item. And, you know, it's always nice when you get a successful first gank off when you're Nocturne. The first ult that you use is very, very important, very vital. So to have a successful one on the first one feels very nice.
It certainly does. See a bit more trading in the top side here. Reaper getting the better of Jonjo for now. All-out aggression in the mid lane from Manzuki. A lot of damage coming down onto Slinger. Not quite enough to find the kill, but enough to push them out of lane at the very least.
Yeah,
waiting on vision for Jonjo. Forces the slicing Maelstrom, gets pulled back. Grim Deliverance comes down and heals him half his health. Flash knock up from the second half of the Dark Glaive, and Jonjo has to run for the hills. We'll see if the Lightning Rat can escape, but an Aureate Rush will send him to an early grave.
Yeah, a little bit of a bush bait by the Zahen. He knows that if he gets on top of the cannon, he wins the fight. And does manage to bait Jonjo into walking a bit too far up into the lane without knowing where the Zahen is, and yeah, it's very difficult. I think Jonjo going for the Gunblade first, so until it's finished, you are a bit weak as the cannon here. It has to be Gunblade, right?
It is Gunblade, yes. I played a game with Jonjo last night and he rushed it then as well.
Okay, I'm not sure about the Gunblade rush, but I won't question our Lord and Savior, Sir Jonjo. Lamps looking for the hook.
Question why. Finds it onto Simple Sam. Polymorph is cleansed. Dash in away from the living artillery. One more auto will find Silence. However, this Cogmore is doing so much damage. This is one of the big reasons I personally dislike Cogmore. Lamps will get away with his life. It's just a 1-for-1 AD carry for support. It is worth pointing out Endeavor. First item, Serpent's Fang, already completed. Through to final flash. Will look for the bandage. Shots gets feared away, takes so much damage. Curse of Stamina does work, but Jonjo is the first to arrive, and this Amumu is dead to rights. Manzuki and Slinger trading away in the bottom half of the river here as the grubs go down. In comes the Nocturne. Flash over the wall from Lamps, finds the knock-up. The hook will be there in just a second. Doesn't even need it, as the passive from that ultimate will cause the egg to drop, and Manzuki will pick up that kill. It's 2 quick kills and 2 grubs for Celestial Helios.
Yeah, good roam from Lamps getting up there. So Amumu tries to fight the Nocturne 1v1 on the grubbies, and that's just not a situation you can be in. The Nocturne's finished an item. You never win that fight, and Jonjo had the prio in topside, so he gets to come down first. And mid lane is taking a nice little 1v1. Nivea uses stuns to try and escape. There's another ult here though.
Maelstrom used as Endeavor is in the area. A good stun, but the Grim Deliverance going to be used to escape to safety. There is no Paranoia up and available. Silence. I'm just going to have to sit here and tank up some pressure for now as Lamps does return.
That's a lot of damage.
A lot of damage down. Yeah. This is Kog'Maw is my biggest grievance with hyper carries at the moment is they are so strong in lane and in late game. It feels like they're just never weak at any point in the game. It feels really, really rough to play into. Kog'Maw is the worst of it. He's been like it for the longest time.
Yeah, I've been a big proponent of pitting Kog'Maw. I think Kog'Maw has been strong for way too long. And Kogalulu as well, absolutely disgusting. If you don't get punished or there isn't like a support or a jungler that can repeatedly gank you and you just get to scale into the game. I mean, this is Kog damage with just boots finished and no item complete. Yeah. So it's kind of disgusting.
Manzuki looking aggressively onto Slinger once again, has finished that rocket belt.
Lumu's coming.
Rita final flash is in the area. Banished Toss lands, keeps from the Glacial Storm, has to flash away. There is another one to come. Does land it. Curse the Sad Mummy is not quite available. Able to trade 1-for-1. Manzuki finds Slinger.
Nice turnaround from Manzuki. Very aggressive on the gank, or prior to the gank.
Coming into the bot lane.
We're looking.
Devers looking. Lamps walks in comes the Paranoia onto Blanco. Ghost is popped, the Fear gonna pop in a second. Arc of Ruin, Arc of Judgment rather, going to find the slow. Down he goes, the hook onto Simple Sam means Silence picks up one as well. Another successful bot lane double kill coming in for the trio of Celestial Helios.
Yo, what is Simple Sam doing? He used the Wild Growth on himself and not on Blanco. He gave himself the extra HP instead of his AD carry, who, you know, probably doesn't survive, but it does give him a better chance. So a nice gank of using the Nocturne ult. That's what, the third successful Nocturne ult so far. 4-0 and 4. He's nearing his second item. It's a very strong Nocturne. And if you're the Kog'Maw at this point in the game, you should be very afraid because he's just going to get stronger. He's just going to get more burst damage, and maybe you survive the initial intake, but after that it gets very difficult.
Gonna get caught up by the Curse of Summer. He's still standing on Glacial Storm. He's gonna flash away. He was able to shield the first Banish toss, however, so didn't take damage nor the CC there. It is now an all-out escape. Manzuki gonna sidestep the stun. The slow's gonna miss as well. Jump over the wall with the E. Reapery has joined the team. Doesn't have teleport to get back to top lane. The Dragon is probably going to go across here, but more than happy to take that. Never mind, the Amumu died in that exchange as it was a 5th kill picked up for Endeavor.
And Jojo gets free time top lane as well. I'll say the one thing that I dislike about current Spectator is that we can't see who's finished their quests. I guess the top laners have both finished their quests now because we can see the teleports.
Yes,
but Jojo gets free times and free plates, which is really nice for him.
What that does, hook comes in from Lamps once again. The Paranoia. This Kog'Maw is eviscerated from the Summoner's Rift. The Lulu shortly follows after.
This must be cathartic as hell for you.
Why? Because I'm watching a Kog'Maw get rinsed.
You're watching a Kog'Maw get ganked and killed on repeat.
Oh yes, I am a very, very happy bunny. I would play more Kog'Maw if I actually had a skin I liked for him. If I could be bothered to ever pick up Battlecast.
Battlecast is a good skin, to be fair. I do like the Battlecast Kog'Maw skin. It's a very nice looking one.
I don't like a lot of the ones that everyone else likes because of the sound effects. I don't like Kog'Maw for that reason.
You don't like Kog'Maw? Oh.
No, the sound effects. No, thank you.
I think for me, when it comes to skins, it's the animations that really matter. Like the Lucian skins that change the animation. You know how it like feels different. Yeah. So really, I don't like playing Project because it feels different. But yeah, I really like playing Hired Gun. Hired Gun just feels so clean.
Hired Gun was the original High Noon. High Noon is the one that everyone uses now. Teleport into the bot lane coming in from John Joe. Does have the slicing Maelstrom. Is going to find it onto both Blanco and Simple Sam. This Kog'Maw is once again removed from Summoner's Rift. Hook goes wide. Ignite is ticking. Can they find the stun? Flash forward. Static field. It's not quite enough damage!
Oh, wow. Oh, Lulu lives on like 50 HP, and Celestial Helios are just showing that they do not want this Kog'Maw to play the game. He's grey screen simulator right now. 4 deaths, 8 deaths combined on this bot lane, and it felt like Kog'Maw had just gotten back to lane. Like, it's so sad for him.
Manzuki and Endeavor both on the top side. Smite comes down to get slow. When the quest is complete, it will replace their runes.
Oh, I see. Yeah. I've not noticed that before.
Yeah, so you can see Jonjo took Ignite in lane, so he's got TP there, whereas Reapery took the TP, so he's got the Empowered TP showing. Both are jungle, or rather, Endeavor's jungle quest is showing, both mid quests are showing, both AD boots are showing, and both supports control wards are showing. So it just replaces what the runes are, and at this point in the game, we should already know what runes they're taking. Prehistoric is a decent Kog'Maw skin, but it just doesn't feel...
It feels
good.
different, right? Yeah, it feels different to play. Banished off Sans on
Jonjo gonna get caught by Futa Final Flash. Both Banished tosses will land. Glacial Storm comes down. Slicing Maelstrom is used, but there's just too much damage coming through. He will drop very, very quickly.
Classic Jonjo fashion. Oh no!
Finds the hook. Slowed, flashes into the slow ignite. Is there? In comes Endeavor onto the Lulu. Doesn't quite find the one shot.
That's a lot of damage, and they could carry on playing this, but I don't think they're going to.
Yunara ult is ticking. Food Final Flash has arrived as well. Manzuki looking on towards this top lane tower. Is going to get knocked up, pulled back. Rift Between Worlds is used as an escape. Grim Deliverance comes in, forces the flash away, but the mid lane tower already taken down with this Rift Herald. Slinger is pushing the bot side, but it might not matter for the time being, as both solo laners are forced to reset. Nevermind, Reaper going to stick around Manzuki. Bit brave staying here with no flash, no ult.
Yeah, I mean, Celestial Helios managed to find a couple of things there, but it all starts off with Jonjo getting caught on the bot side, and a failed kill with the Nocturnal onto the Lulu. I mean, it's almost back up now, so it's not the end of the world to fail one at this point. And Serpent's Fang Profane Hydra is kind of crazy. As there is a very strange pause. Why we paused?
Yeah, something's happened with Manzuki. Not entirely sure what. Mixed signals, mixed messaging.
Manzuki getting memed on by the looks of it by the rest of Celestial Helios. But yeah, I think Aberdeen Wylde did some good side laning, playing on the opposite side of the map where they didn't have the strengths. Zahina almost finds Manzuki. Manzuki has to flash. The Anivia gets some time and some plates on the bot side to pull back a bit of gold, but it's a 5k gold lead. A lot of that is on the Yunara and the Nocturne, which, you know, Nocturne not as scary because eventually it does fall off, but the, you know, a 2.5k gold lead is that? Yeah, 2.5k gold lead on the Yunara
2.5k a piece
is pretty scary. Like, it's not as dangerous with the Nocturne, but...
Second item completed. This Fiend Hunter's Bolts is so good with these steroid champions. Yunaras, the Zeri, the Vayne. Even it's pretty decent on crit Kai'Sa because your ult is a reposition tool, so you're gonna be getting it off on a priority target anyway. I'm trying to think what other. Xayah really likes it as well because it gives you ultimate ability haste. That is a big reason why these steroid champions like it as well. It's less for the damage increase and more for the ultimate ability haste. You're fighting around your steroid, so having that up more often means you can take fights more reasonably. Xayah loves it for a very different reason of her ult is her only safety.
Yeah. Xayah ult is like 80% of Xayah's kit is that ult. More ult uptime, good for Xayah.
Yeah, pretty much.
If she could get away building CDR items, she bloody would.
She does. She builds Essence Reaver.
Yeah, but that's just one, you know what I mean? It's and a CDI, like, you
and
know.
Navori.
And Navori, true. Does Navori affect your ult though? I thought it's just basic abilities.
Doesn't know it. It's just basic abilities. But of course you don't build that in tandem with Fiend Hunters anymore. They are both Zeal items. You only ever build one.
Yeah, this looks. I mean, this item kind of gives you like Halo Blades once you press your ultimate, which is kind of disgusting.
Oh yeah, it's nuts. The extra true damage if you crit, if your auto is going to crit as well, is nuts. I have been eviscerating tanks, something chronic with it. It's very funny to watch a Malphite stand there thinking he can take damage and then dying.
Just get true damage crit 3 times in a row. 30 seconds for third Drake. It's Ocean Soul. Not the best of souls, but not terrible.
Not awful for non-tanky teams as they're looking onto Slinger. Is going to use both sums away. Glacial Storm going to slow Lamps down as teleport from Reaper comes in. Lamps may just be dead. Static Field used. As Paranoia goes across onto Blancor, and Blancor is going to drop to the Arc of Ruin from Silence. Reaper still doing what he can as Lamps got out with his life, looking onto Manzuki. Cultivation of War is there. Endeavor finds Final Food to flash, and Nivea looking onto Jonjo. Slinger will find that one. The revive has come through from the Cultivation of War from Reaper, and now he has to run for the hills. Gonna flash away from Silence, but the damage has already come through. Down goes Endeavor to Slinger. Silence now stepping up. Manzuki looking to do what he can without taking too much damage. Wall comes in, they're gonna keep chasing. Lamps is just playing keep out for Reaper. Silence moving back. Ignite's been dropped. Knockup comes down. Another auto will finish the kill, and Silence is dominating. Stun misses once again. Manzuki looking for the damage, able to find it. It wasn't clean, but it was a delayed ace for Celestial Helios. Both bot lanes back out on the map now, and it seems like everybody has to take resets. We'll do this song and dance all over again in just a couple of seconds.
Yeah, very, very messy fight around, and now we are, like you said, we're going back and we're doing it all again, but this time we're doing it without ultimate, so actually I say that, but Nocturnal is almost back up, by the way. How disgusting. Yeah, how disgusting is that?
And Aurora ult, and Cannon ult, and Blitzcrank ult.
Oh, Zehen's ult is almost back up as well. So we're coming back in and everybody has ults. Let's go round 2 fight.
No Curse of Salmon, no Wild Growth. River Control is in favor of Helios. There's a ward on the Dragon no longer.
Hook
not quite going to land, but Jonjo covering this choke quite nicely. It's not going to be contested. It is just going to be soul point secured for Helios.
Yeah, like I said, very messy fight in that bot side. Endeavor manages to pull the trigger to move the fight over into the opposite side as the rest of Helios were on retreat. It looked like Lamps was going to be dead here, and Lamps might be dead here again.
Wall is not great. Glacial Storm going to slow him. A good slow came out from Silence with that Arc of Ruin as well. Hook going to go wide. Banishos comes in. Static Field not going to do too much as Blancor able to finally get some revenge onto this Blitzcrank.
Yeah, Lamps being a bit caught out a bit too far forward on mid wave. I think you can now have a go at your coach for the same thing that he gets to have a go at you at. So
what are you doing?
Next time he says that to you, you can go, I saw you on Blitzcrank, brother. What are you talking about?
I saw you do it. What do you mean? yeah, but it's do as I say, not as I do, innit?
Use me as the example as why it's bad. Don't just do what I do. This is why it's bad, you see? But no, yeah, I mean, good pick from the side of Aberdeen Wylde. Blitzcrank, no flash. He has a self-slow on his W when he eventually does press it. All goes off though, top side.
Stun is going to land. Fear's not going to come down. Endeavor may just be caught out a little bit here. The phase rush is going to proc. Slow comes in. Manzuki's in the area, but Endeavor is taking so much damage. It's going to be a 1-for-1 trade. His final food to flash has arrived. Manzuki hasn't got the cooldowns up. Banishos is going to land. Because the Salmon comes in, and there's just too much damage. Lamps is in the area. Rift between worlds is going to jump him straight back into the Amumu. Another bandage toss is going to get blocked by Lamps, it looks like. Flash away. Ignite's coming down. Knockup comes in. Blancor is now here to look to run Lamps down, though. Doesn't have the Ghost up and available, so is just going to have to try and dissuade him from turning around as Silence rejoins the fray. Jonjo and Reaper in this bottom side going to go to blows.
Man, Lamps really wanted that Amumu to kill Manzuki. I'm just like, here, brother, have a second go at it. Let me drag you over to my mid laner who's about to escape using his ultimate. Did do a good job to block the bandage toss though, just to buy Manzuki some time. Oh, look at that 10 damage, bro.
He's also taking none. These Murktrid's doing so much work. It's just a lot of chip damage out of Jonjo. Endeavor's in the area though, in he comes. Cultivation of War is not going to be enough. The Grim Deliverance isn't even going to go off. That's the only thing that will be delivered is himself to the grave.
These ultimates. He has Axiom Arc now as well, the Sunlight on the Nocturne.
Gonna
Good
cleanse
plans, the
done
cut to
away,
Jack.
pops the ultimate. Arca Judgment doesn't quite find the kill though. Nivea's living on so little health. Another one not gonna land. The stun's gonna catch Silence under the tower. He's able to jump out just about. Listen, Nivea's proving so difficult for such a short range composition.
Yeah, I mean, Nivea looking like the shining light of the team right now. And Seraph's rod finished, Zhonya's next, so we'll be able to buy a lot more time. Mansuki goes in with the ult though. Blancor might be cool.
Indeed, a lot of damage onto Blancor. Blue shield comes in, flash away from the hook is good. The poly comes down onto the Blitzcrank. There's the teleport coming in from the Zahen as well. Has a massive shield coming into this fight. That's a disgustingly sized shield, might I add.
Yeah, that is disgusting.
Looking on the aggressive, able to drop that shield with relative swiftness.
To be fair, Blitzcrank ult does delete shields, right? I remember that correct.
Yes, but he didn't use it.
So there is a counter to it if Lance uses his shield correctly. As he yoinks the Herald. He probably has an item on base, right?
Oh yeah, I was going to assume it was given across for this Frozen Heart that he is building an inventory. 3 items completed, almost 4 for Silence as well, so this Yunara is going to start really starting to rip through the side of Aberdeen Wylde. 3 items completed, or 2 items completed for Manzuki, 3 for Endeavor. You've got a Shield Shred, and yet you've also got a Serpent's Fang. I can respect it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess Blitz can shred shields in one instance and then has to wait 45 seconds to do it again.
This is true.
So, you know, and Lulu's shields every like 6 seconds. Manzuki in a bit of trouble here. W lands.
Yep, back. He's taking a lot of damage. Cultivation of War is stacking up. A couple more hits will give that revive. Gonna use a Rifting Worlds to get away to safety. Flash forwards. Doesn't quite find the knock-up, doesn't quite find the pullback, and the Cultivation of War is dropping off. If Manzuki wanted to find the angle to re-engage this, he absolutely could. Dragging it up in just a second, and it is Helios with the inside line. Manzuki has that teleport, Reaper does not. There's also no health on this Zahen. It looks like it's just going to be a soul given across.
Yeah, soul given over. Ocean Soul pretty good right now. Obviously not the most potent of souls. It's not like Hextech. And there is no anti-heal right now, so it's going to be doing some work for the side. I mean, look at Manzuki's health bar ticking up already, and that's a mage.
It's going to do exactly what you need it to in this game, which is make your team that small bit tankier. You don't have a tank to hide behind, so you're always scrapping. You need something that's going to allow you to have some staying power in these fights, and that dragon, that soul, might just be what you need.
Oh, Reapery.
Yeah, hooked in by Lamps. Good chunk of damage coming out from Endeavor. Grim Deliverance is used backwards for a little bit of healing, but it does not matter. There's just so much damage in a split-second instance. Cultivation of War was not even a consideration.
Yeah, I mean, he pops the ult, but the Blitzcrank has Ignite. It's probably the worst person for him to be around when he uses his ult. Just going to counter all of that healing.
Is going to be started up. Endeavor not at the fight. Jonjo on the bottom side with teleport up and available. But there is no jungler with the side of Helios just yet. And I've realized it's going to take a lot of damage. And Jonjo is TPing in. Paranoia comes down onto the Lulu. It's so much damage. Wild Growth and Flash already used. Slicing Maelstrom onto the backline. Blanccor's dead, and so it's simple. Sam! The Nivea's left. Down goes the Amumu on the front side. Jäger's been popped. There's a little bit of damage coming out from Blancor onto Lamps with the Acadian surprise. But it just doesn't matter. It's a clean ace with the exception of Lamps. And the Baron for Celestial Helios.
Sunlight turns the lights off. There's no more sunlight for you to see. He dives into the backline. It gives Jonjo the perfect flank. I thought the fight was going to turn when Olivia hit the stun, but Jonjo's flank was absolutely crazy. He gets the best slicing Maelstrom off of the game. Secures the mid tower. He might die here to Reapery. No, he's going to get away.
I think the lightning ball might just take him to safety.
But he secures the mid tower. He secures the fight. They get Baron Nashor, and now it's an 11, almost an 10.5k gold lead right now for the side of Celestial Helios, and they need to start turning these screws. There's still both of the inner top and towers available, both with 5 plates as well. So there is some more sides work that Helios need to get done this game, but they're in such a commanding position. This Yunara is very strong. 4 items completed. There's 4 items completed on the Nocturne as well, so the burst damage has come down. He's picked up the Collector. Is that the Collector? It is the Collector of all items, which is disgusting because he's already bursting people quite hard. So they're in a very good spot, and the Nocturne ultimate is back up again already, so...
And it is. This tower is not long for this world. Manzuki with the Rabadon's Death Cap doing so much damage to this tower. It's a nice little hidden feature of that item, and Silence is just shredding through it. Hook onto the Anivia from Lamps. In comes the move on the Banish Toss, but Sunlight goes in the back line. One-shots the Lulu, almost one-shots the Cogmore to boot. Silence shots back over the wall, flashes forward, finds a triple kill. Hook comes in from Lamps. Manzuki picks that one up, and it's a clean ace for real this time. As Helios live up to their namesake and rise high into the sky.
And I think they can end the game here. If they all go mid, they end the game. Surely, surely. Death timers aren't, well, they're not too long, but the pressure they have is crazy. And Nocturne ult is up. Like
Axiom up. 8 assists on 5 kills. The Axiom up just brings it straight back up, because the great thing about Nocturne ult, you don't have to hit them.
I think they
The
could have ended the
blindness
game.
count. They definitely could have done the safe call, however, with Elder in 2 minutes. Guarantee it. It is a nearly 20,000 gold lead in favor of Helios.
Are we going to get the fabled 20k? I don't think I've ever cast a game that's gone to 20k gold lead. Have you?
No, I don't think so.
I think the closest I've got is like 16. Where are we now? We're at 16 now, so we're actually close to the closest I've got to the 20k.
In comes Manzuki and Sunlight onto the top, and they're just dead. Paranoia, Rift Between Worlds. It's a double kill for Endeavor. Blancor is rinsing through Lamps, though his head being a little bit ripped from his body. Living Artillery is going to do something, but it might not be enough as the final inner tower falls for Aberdeen
It's not
Wylde.
tick up, by the way. What the... Look at it! It's back off of cooldown. That is
in
disgusting.
the base. Just shepherding the waves in a minute on Elder. If they can't end here, they do give this over if they lose a fight. Stun lands, Slicing Maelstrom comes down. This Lulu, not long for this world. Wild Growth is good though. Has to pop the Zonyas, but Endeavor has joined, and in the blink of an eye, Blancor is a blank spot on the rift. This Cogmore, it looked good in the early stages of the game, but has been denied time after time after time. Silence has to step away. 12, 1, and 5 on this Yunara. Little dangerous step up. Can heal up with this Bloodthirst though. Refree, Futa, Final Flash, and Slinger could try to save the game here with only one next tower remaining. Curtis Samo tags onto 2, but is popped like a balloon at the claws of a Nocturne. In comes the Paranoia once again. Egg is popped. Reapery drops. Silence finds that one, and Endeavor finds a double kill. 20,000 gold in the lead, and Helios take the game.
It's 19.9.
It wasn't for a second. There was a split second.
Man,
Holy mother of hell.
That was crazy. That Nocturne was disgusting. The damage that was coming out of that Profane Hydra, like, oh my god. What a performance, especially from Silence and Sunlight. Just doing so much damage, and yeah, the game was pretty even early on. Blancor looked like he was doing well on the Cogmorin lane, but my god, the Nocturne just absolutely destroying people the later on into the game. Look at the damage, 34,000 damage on that Nocturne.
Absolutely vile.
It's a very, very dominant performance all around for the side of Celestial Helios. Obviously, John Joe's laning phase, he's not the best, he's not the most well-known for his laning phase, but he still did put up a good showing. And then he finds that flank eventually or around the Baron pit, and that's kind of where the game completely turned on its head. I mean, Helios were ahead at that point in the game, but once John Joe found that flank and they found that fight, Yeah, it really, really flipped on its head then. Banger game.
Absolutely incredible. That being said, my voice could use a couple of minutes rest. I think the teams
Yeah.
could do with a couple of minutes as well. So we're going to throw to a very quick break. When we come back, we'll have game number 2 and what could be the final game in this series. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are just getting ready for game number 2 of the series between Celestial Helios and Aberdeen Wylde. This time, sides have been switched. Aberdeen Wylde on the blue side after a incredible performance coming in from Helios in game number 1, reaching the heights of a 20,000 gold lead at the end of the game. We're just preparing for draft. What are we expecting
Yeah.
out of this game?
I think honestly kind of more of the same. I feel like Helios have maybe played their hand a little bit here, making it quite obvious that Blancor is going to be the target. And I mean, he played Coglulu. Coglulu's a pretty safe lane, and it's not like they were shoved up into the lane all of the time. So I think it might be a sad day to be Blancor, if I'm being honest, because he does have a big target painted on his back. He is the highest ranked member of his team. By quite
He
a way,
is.
I think. I guess Slinger, the mid laner, is Emerald 1. So
The Gragas OTPing is paying off. Relban coming in as well. Going to take that one away from Lamps. The Vein of Helios remain the bans for Celestial Helios.
yeah, I mean, they're going to target down the Blancos champ pool. I think Silence probably has similar champs in his pool, so if they want to play one of them, they just have to drop the ban. If that's the case, I
And beyond blue
believe.
side.
Oh yeah, and beyond blue side, you're right. Ignore me. So yeah, I expect 3 ADC bans just like last game.
And the final one, looking at the Thresh, something that Lamps is a fan of.
So this should be Smolder, I believe it was last time.
It was, in fact, the Smolder. Instead, they're looking at the Jarvan, opting to say we don't care about the Smolder. I guess the Smolder was taken as a response to the Yunara. It is the only thing that outscales her at the moment. The Tahm Kench B1 is brave.
Yeah, I'm very confused about TKB1 because in support, TK is a counter pick champ. You don't want to be blind picking TK. And unless you're like Noam Watley, why are you blind picking TK top?
For reasons unbeknownst, I guess the Corki going to be locked in here. Now, I'm not going to say where this is going because I couldn't tell you if I tried. I believe both Sai and Manzuki play it.
I've seen Jonjo play this top, so
Oh, gods.
yeah, this could go anywhere. Genuinely seen Jonjo play this top in VL as well. I'm pretty sure in an official game. I think I've seen. Yeah,
Right.
I think it was a misclick. Don't think they meant to lock it in. It's gonna be the Jonjo Yorick.
Yorick. Is it? Or is
I
this an
just
Endeavor pick?
surely he's not playing Yorick jungle. He's not that much of a psychopath, is he?
I don't know. He does play Nasus.
He does play Nasus, but you know, Nasus jungle fine. Nasus jungle is
I don't think
understandable.
this was completely nerfed into the ground.
I
I
mean,
know
it
they
was with
tried to remove Yorick jungle, but I don't know if they got rid of it entirely.
yeah, the maiden changes is what really nerfed it into the ground. I think he still clears
Um,
fine.
I'm being told from my jungle sources that it is in fact still playable. Senna Tahm Kench going to be the bot lane duo with an R in the top lane.
Okay, so we go fasting Senna.
Potentially, if not fasting Senna, then just keeping the safety for the Senna. If it's fasting Senna, I'd wager it is likely the Enchanter variant that we've been seeing come through for so many champions. Echoes of Helia into Diadem into likely a Moonstone. Poppy gonna be the lock
Wait,
in. Now, this tells us
on.
nothing.
No, this tells us quite a lot because I
But Jonjo is the Poppy player.
John Joe's the Poppy player on this team. I don't think I've ever seen
Lamps can
Lamps
take
play
it though.
Poppy. I don't think
I
I've
have,
seen Lamps play Poppy.
and
And
Endeavor can play it as well.
Poppy isn't a good lane into TK support, and we know this TK's going bot lane.
Um, I think it is. It could go mid. It wouldn't be the first time I've seen TK mid.
He's so confused. It could
Yeah, this is a bit of a cook.
lethality
It's a bit of a
poppy
chair.
mid. John Joe's lethality poppy kind of slaps,
I
and
meant
poppy
the
doesn't.
TK could be going mid.
The TK could go mid. John Joe plays lethality poppy top, and it slaps. And I think poppy is fine into Gnar because if Gnar wants to jump on you, you can just ground him and walk away.
That's presence and run, yeah. Syndra Oriana going to the bans for Celestial Helios as the Braum comes in for Aberdeen and Wylde. We'll see what this last ban is. Very AD heavy as it stands, though, which suggests to me this Corki is going into the bottom lane.
Yeah, lots of mages still on the table. Yeah, Braum support banned out, so Aberdeen and Wylde don't think the poppy's going bot lane.
I don't think it is either. I think it is Poppy top, Yorick jungle.
I
Zig's
mean,
going to be that last ban. They seem to think this Corki is going mid lane. He's one of Manzuki's more comfortable champions.
let's see what goes in fourth. I
And,
doubt what goes in fourth is going to tell us
I
anything. This
mean,
is going to be like a mid laner.
artillery mages are very, very good into Senna because she can't interact with you.
Yep,
So
true.
maybe we see a Mel, maybe we see a Hui, maybe we see like a Kai'Sa.
I mean, mage bot lane is good this season, right? Mages with 7
The
items are disgusting.
Bootwood's going to get locked in for lamps.
Oh, God. It's
Bradley
bad.
himself.
Okay.
Lamps does really enjoy this champion. He's pretty good at it, no less.
Yeah,
See what the last couple.
Lamp's bard is pretty good. I will concede that. So I'm pretty sure we're locked in with Poppy top now, which means the Yorick is probably jungle.
Stay Juani into the bungle.
There's not a lot of damage on this Aberdeen Wild side.
There is really not. You need a very high DPM mid laner. And if you're going to look for one, that is the one you want to go for at the moment. The Actualizer is a little bit strong on this champion. Just a tiny bit.
But there's no damage until rises 3 items. Like this isn't enough. Yeah, there's no damage
So
until rises 3 items.
there is the thing to think about of Phase Rush looks very rush, or of Rise looks very rush in the game with Phase Rush gone. Bearing in mind, it's been gutted this patch, and there's a lot of CC on the other side. Now, I would love to tell you who is playing what between Silence and Manzuki. I haven't got a fucking clue.
1-8 East. Well played, Tom. Turn around and give Tom a thumbs up for me.
He's not looking.
Is he not looking?
I was told to give you a thumbs up.
Swan-Ye East is great.
Swan-Ye East. We
What a
should be heading
banger.
into draft here in just a second, so we will find out who is going where.
I think you're right. This has to be Yorick jungle, surely. And we don't have to say who's taking what anymore, right? You don't, or do you? Is that a rule now?
What?
That you have to say who's taking what?
You see it because the game's a tournament draft.
Yeah, because the game's tournament draft. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
cool.
we could never get people to agree on whether or not it should be disclosed, so we just said fuck it, we'll send it back to tournament draft.
And you're forced into order now in tournament draft, aren't you? Because of the new role quest. So you don't actually have to be in order in the lobby. It just forces you into your slot. So, okay.
Yeah.
I wonder if this game's going to break.
Time.
I'm so confused by these comps. Honestly, I wouldn't want to play either of these comps. Like, Aberdeen Wild lacks so much damage until rises 3 items. And Celestial just look like they've just absolutely thrown a bunch of champions at a wall and just seen what sticks. Like, what is this? Skater Boy cheering for the Gnar.
Is that
on
the goat
team.
in chat? Oh wait, he's cheering against us? Never mind.
Yeah, he's cheering for the Gnar because he's a traitor.
I'm surprised he didn't ask to be our cheerleader this split.
It's because he doesn't love us anymore. He made it very clear.
Wait, wrong team.
What is this? What is
Poppy.
Singles Inferno? What the fuck is that?
Wait, wrong team. Fuck the Gnar. My goat.
Skaters are back. Get him in. Somebody give this man a roll.
Quick, give him the femoral roll. My Gnar better. King. Poppy locked in for Ionio. Yorick locked in for Endeavor. Exactly what we expected there. This mid lane pick is what is to be anticipated. Tom seems to think it is going to be Swain mid as a counter to the Rise. I am inclined to agree because I don't see Silence playing it. But
Yeah, Swain mid. Tom's right. It's good into the Rise, and it's difficult for him to use the Realm Warp. It's Realm Warp, right? Rise ultimate. Because you can hit the Swain E and then hold it and pull him back to extend the CC duration to stop him from leaving. So it is pretty good into the Rise. And Rise is quite short ranged as well, so it's very easy to hit that E on him. And get some stacks up. It's a Korean dating program on Netflix. Sorry, Jake. I don't watch Korean dating programs on Netflix.
Jake has come in and flashbanged everybody.
Yeah. I'm surprised you watch Korean dating shows on Netflix. The bobsleigh though, the women's bobsleigh in the Winter Olympics, I'll watch that because that shit's fun.
Now, I'm yet to see Silence pilot the Corki, I believe.
It's good into the Senate TK, right? I mean, Corky Bard
Yeah,
into Senate
early stack
TK is
checking.
pretty good. Jake, it's not a case of hating it, it's just a case of not being interested in it, my man.
Boo.
Dating shows have never interested me. Except for The Bachelor, that shit slapped.
I don't need a dating show and your life's a reality show.
I mean, my life isn't. Unless the reality show is looking after a toddler.
Well.
My reality show is being told no on repeat by a tiny little terrorist that lives in my house.
Yes, yes.
So Yorick jungle, I'm surprised because the Yorick doesn't have as much impact in the team fights as the Noct would. So it'll be interesting to see if if Sunlight can have as much impact this game as he did in the last game, because he was everywhere in that last game. So unless they're going to just play for size with the Maiden and then group as 5, but then Yorick doesn't have as much pressure when he plays with the 5, or as much what's the word that I'm looking for? Impact when he plays as the 5.
Time will tell. This is a weird game across all marks. I'm going to be honest. My brain is not really able to comprehend it. I'm expecting it to be a bit of a slower game, though.
Yeah, well, I expected Helios to have a slower game 2 last week, and game 2 was just as explosive as game 1. So I hope you have a drink prepared, and
Yeah.
like a straw or something, because
Tom was kind enough to grab me something towards the end of that last game. So I think he realized my voice was starting to die.
I think going forward we need to find all of the play-by-play casters that think they can cast a play-by-play exclusive game and sit them down in front of Helios and see how they do.
Yeah. Honestly.
Oh, you think you're a good play-by-play? Come play-by-play a game where it fights for 40 minutes straight and you don't get a break. Have fun. Fucking VLPL in full swing.
Our prediction fell flat on its face. So where are you putting yours?
Where am I putting? Who do I think is going to win this game?
Yeah.
I mean, based on just draft, I think. Based on draft, before knowing that Yorick was going jungle, I would have given it to Helios. After knowing Yorick's going jungle, I'm not 100% sure, but that's just with nameplates off. With nameplates on, I think Helios just run over this game, to be perfectly honest.
I think if this game goes past 25 minutes, Helios are fucked. If they win in 25, it's fine.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Once the Rise comes online, it's going to be much harder. Once Rise gets Rod fully stacked, Seraph's fully stacked, and an Actualizer, he's going to blow people up. And it will be disgusting. And obviously, Senna infinitely stacks into the game as well, so...
Yeah, I'm interested to see what build Blankor goes, and if it is fasting Senna.
I don't know what's stronger right now.
If
I
it's
think
fasting Senna,
farming
it'll be the
is.
Enchanter build.
I mean, just in terms of Senna, fasting or farming. I'm pretty sure farming Senna is stronger.
I don't know,
So I
because I
guess
don't
you
know what the
can't, he
farming
can't
Senna
do
build is.
fasting Senna unless he changed his role quest. He can't do fasting Senna because fasting Senna wants to buy the support item, right?
I think you can, in theory, still buy it. I think if your support sells it, you can buy it.
But then support doesn't get to start with a Doran's item because you don't have enough gold to buy a Doran's item.
Yeah, we will see. I think if it is farming Senna, it'll be interesting. It is, in fact, farming Senna. Although the grasp on the TK is a decision of all time in this game. Who are you autoing?
I am paused at 12 seconds.
12? Mine fucking
Yeah,
died
because
and didn't give me time controls.
I accidentally, yeah, you have to press P.
Yeah.
Time controls don't instantly come up on spectator replays anymore. As we'll wait for the... There you go, flipped over. So I'm paused at 12 seconds. Are you ready?
I can be, I can fix my settings in a second.
Give me the okay when you're ready.
Yep.
Alright, we'll go in 3, 2, 1, go.
If I don't miss the button, that would help.
Okay, I'm paused at 17 seconds.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, I hit it that time.
Good, cool. We got there in the end.
Okay, Nell.
So it is farming center, yeah. So farming center has more gold, less stacks. So it's going to scale into the game slower in terms of with the stacks. But Senna does have some good value with gold. Would be a bit disappointed if he goes Mosquito Senna.
Interesting. Airy Swain.
Yeah, it makes sense, to be honest. Maybe you could have gone...
Instead of the Conqueror in this game?
Yeah, actually, Conk probably goes hard. Airy's good for the lane.
You're fighting into a lot of melees and short-range carries as the game gets later.
I think he's hoping that the area is going to be enough. It's Conqueror on Rise as well, so no phase rush. I think Conqueror's not terrible on the Rise here, but you are missing out on one of your blue rings.
I mean, I guess phase rush being nerfed makes Conqueror a little bit more valid. But good trading in the mid lane. Did hit level 2 first, so Manzuki's taking a good chunk of damage.
There's Transcendence Mana Flow band he's gone with on his blue runes.
So missing Scorch or Gathering. Not the end of the world
missing
inherently.
Gathering Storm. I mean, missing Gathering Storm if this game goes really late is going to hurt. But it's not terrible.
Good trades back coming down in the mid lane now from Manzuki. It's been a while since I've seen a Senna.
Yeah, me too. Well, it's not been a while since you've seen a Senna support. Because
No,
you
this
keep
is
complaining
true.
about it.
Seen a lot of Sennas in solo queue. Not the biggest fan of them.
Every time I see you talk about solo queue, it's always Senna. It's always Senna support.
Senna or Janna.
And you still let Chime pick Janna on Monday? What is wrong with you?
Chime gets a pass. The new Poppy skin, I feel like it is.
I think this is the new Demacia Poppy skin, right?
No, with the Firecracker one. She's not got a Demacia one.
Okay. Oh, it's Firecracker.
It is, yeah. Taking rough trades, what's to be expected in this matchup. Nara about to go Mega, gets stunned into the wall. Oh, but the buffer on the wallop! Jono's might drop here, not quite.
Reapery! Oh dear, waiting for the Q cooldown.
Yeah!
Oh, oh my
First
god.
blood!
Where's this disaster zone top lane?
That was painful in the mid lane. Manzuki forced to flash away. Sunlight is in the area. Rice is very, very low. It's just going to be a trade of the summoners for now.
Futa doing his Q flash the wrong way.
Finds the pullback. Doesn't quite find the cage, however.
Tip to
a lot
all
of
the
trading in this
Sejuani
game.
players.
Very little.
I'll give a tip to all the Sejuani players out here. You Q and then flash at the end of your Q. You don't flash then Q. Q, then flash at the end of your Q.
Looking aggressively onto Simple Sam. Blanco going low. Sunlight has arrived. Cage goes wide once again. Slow does land. Lamp's going to get stunned up here. Flash out of the Kench. Good chunk of damage. Does have the Eovet also. Just going to back off for now. Meanwhile, through to final flash is in this top side, looking on for a bit of chip damage onto John Joe. Is down a camp at present.
I can see the tech here, the Yorick Bard tech. Yorick
Tempest
puts
Fate
up his
cage.
wall. Yeah, Bard presses Q, you get stunned.
Stun lands onto Blancor. So a little bit of damage coming out, but I think this is just shepherding this wave in so that Silence and Lamps can get their resets off.
The Senna's farming well there. Gonna be up in CS if she catches everything from that wave. Very aggressive early game. The one kill that's gone over topside as Jonjo gets solo killed, and it's a very difficult matchup for Poppy into the Gnar. Gnar as a ranged top laner is disgusting to play against. So look at this. Ugh.
Yeah.
Cringe.
A lot of damage coming down. All he's got is a longsword and a cull, no less. Is level 6, but can't go mega. So Jonjo could be looking for a little bit of a trade here. He's taking a lot of damage, though. Another auto will be enough. Isn't quite going to find it. Hops away to safety.
Yeah, it's going to be rough for Jonjo, especially once you die once to the Gnar as well. You lose that pressure, you lose XP lead. Down in gold, Gnar just gets to abuse you. He's going to be 20 CS up on Jonjo by the time Jonjo gets back into lane.
Good chunk of damage coming down from Manzuki and spinning. Flash of the wall from the Rise. Pops the Demonic Ascension. Finds a little bit of damage. Will survive, but on very low health numbers. Vision going to be contested in the bottom side. Lamp's going to be able to magical journey away from the CC here, but the Dragon is going to be started up by the side of Aberdeen and Wylde. Looks like Endeavor, happy to just say, we give this one. Want to just farm, want to hit 6, want to be a menace.
Yeah, I mean, Manzuki has to base, bot lane doesn't have prio, you can't really contest that, so just opt to stay on your camps, clear your jungle. Best thing for him to do. In a difficult situation, because the team that has the worst early game, you would say, is playing very well at the start of this game.
Yeah.
They're first Drake as well, so even if in 5 minutes they're not stronger, so go on the bot side here though.
Comes Lamps and Sunlight doesn't quite find the wall once again. Bit more trading in this mid lane as well. But first the final flash was in the wings in that bot lane if the trade's gone any longer, but not able to find much of anything so far. As Sunlight Gnar into the wall as he goes mini. Jonjo probably not able to continue taking this fight. Sunlight is now looking into the mid lane. This Rise has no mana. He's going to step onto the Eye of the Chosen. Will get slowed. Vision of Noxus, sorry. Eye of the Chosen, what am I on about?
What is Eye of the Chosen? That's like the old...
I don't know. Visions of the Empire is what it's actually called.
Yeah.
I don't know what Eye of the Chosen is.
Yorick. Oh, they're looking for top here. Maybe he can get him. No, it's going to be nothing. Yorick can't really do anything because Gnar's just going to bounce on his minions, right? Yeah.
Wall is there. They are still looking. Auto comes in from Jonjo. A little bit more damage would be enough, but they can't quite find it, as you say. Silence taking a lot of damage. Going to be able to use that Valkyrie to safety.
Someone has traded.
Summoners were in fact traded. Flash for the Ignite onto Blancor. Barrier used as well. Very good rockets coming in there. Sunlight and Manzuki looking to fight onto Slinger and to final flash, but Sunlight's already dead. Endeavor, he looked for something, but he couldn't quite find it. Manzuki's healing a lot, though. Reaper has TP'd in. If he can find one, then he's okay. He does just about trade his life, but it's a 2-for-1, and the Grub's still there, ready for the taking to the side of Aberdeen Wylde.
Yeah, and the Gnar picks up another kill as well, and a kill onto the Rise, so he's going to be onto his scaling items faster, and this top lane is going to be an even bigger problem for Jonjo, as the Gnar's well on the way to the Trinity Force now. Jonjo has the Tear in pocket and a Chain Vest, which doesn't help you as much as you think it should against the Gnar. And it's a
Mixed
very
damage
good
from
early game.
Hyper. Yippee! He's going to look for an aggressive trade here. Going to use the Keeper's Verdict to safety. Hop has been used. The Steadfast Presence drops just to try and extend the trade a little bit longer. Grab that grass prop, but now being ran down by this Knight. He's about to go Mega. So Jonjo just going to get gnawed into the wall. Walloped in the face. Building thrown at his head. Not quite going to find it. Flash into the wall. A flash stun into the wall from Jonjo. Sunlight is still in the area, wanting to keep playing this. Wallop comes down, but there's not quite enough damage. Can't quite pick up the buckler. Hop away to safety as the Sejuani has arrived. A good E onto the wave to dodge away from that Sejuani ultimate and the Boomerang as well. Sunlight is here now. Senna ult was in fact used, and this Yorick is taking a lot of damage. Jonjo's doing what he can to try and help. Mist Ball will land, causes the Mist Balls to jump. Smite goes down. Jonjo able to tank up a little bit longer, and it is both going down for the side of Aberdeen. Wylde, Helios able to pick up something after what has been a really, really rough early game so far.
Yeah, good turnaround from the top side of Helios there. Honestly, I thought the fight was lost, but you know, the ult missing from the Sejuani, I guess, just what they needed to have the sustain. Sunlight gets really low on the Yorick, but the healing is enough. The buckler keeps Jonjo alive for long enough as well, and we're looking for a mid gank too. Manzuki has the ult. Nice flash.
And flash. Cage goes wide again as well. Endeavor having so much difficulty having an impact in these lanes if this cage doesn't land. The setup, it's all there. It's just not being used in tandem.
In the last game, it was all about the bot side of the map. Constant fighting on this bot side, constant ganks coming down. This time, we're all about the top side. We're looking at Reaper and Jonjo every 30 seconds.
That we are going to take the reset for now as Simple Sam going to take a trade with Lamps. Good trading coming through. PTA Bard doing a good chunk of work here.
Yeah, PTA Bard instead of an Electrocute Bard. I guess PTA is probably better for the sustained damage, right?
Jondo jumps forward aggressively, gets gnarled into the wall. Hop used to safety. Futa final flash is in the mid lane. Can't quite find the flail onto Manzuki as Keeper's Verdict was used. Can't quite get to the Iron Buckler. Doesn't quite land the Hammer Shock either onto Reapery. Takes the Boomerang to the face. Root comes in onto Slinger. Good Glacial Prison locks Manzuki up, but he will fall. And Jonjo found the kill in the top side as well onto Reapery. The Dragon's being done by Celestial Helios, no less. A good route onto this Sejuani from Manzuki gives him another stack as well. And suddenly, it's all coming up Sunlight, baby.
What the hell? How did Jonjo kill him there? The directed cam trolled us because I'd have much rather seen Jonjo kill that Gnar. What the heck? That is my puppy goat. It's just a chain vest.
I fear I need to clarify. It's all coming up Sunlight as in Helios, not Sunlight as in the player. As Lamps goes down to Simple Sam. Blanco going very low. Silence jumping forward. Has to flash out of tower range as Sunlight has arrived. The shield comes in from Simple Sam to keep him alive for a second longer. Tom Kench is doing a lot of work in this bottom side. Aberdeen Wylde able to take their win.
Yeah, it's Flash Exhaust used, it's Barrier used, and it is Cleanse Flash used from Silence. Lamps does have all of his summoners up, so another fight on this bot side, probably going to go the other way around. Whilst we're here and nothing's going on, should we get a Senna stack update? We're at 29 stacks for the Senna.
Quite low, but for farming Senna, it makes sense. Curious to see what stacks the Swain is on as well. Hammer Shock, Tower's being tanked as well. Gnar doesn't tag into the wall. Referee having a mare of a skirmish against John Joe here. Hammer Shock lands once again. The wallop will come down. Manzuki has to pop the ult in the mid lane as Lamps has arrived to try and counter something onto Slinger as well. In comes the Dawning Shadow. Flash away from Slinger. John Joe tanking up the tower in the top side as well. A little bit more damage. Lamps will find onto one. The knock-up comes in from Simple Sam onto Manzuki, but he's ghosted. He's able to keep dodging, ducking, weaving away. Free lives in the top side. Final Futa final flash has to flash away in the mid lane. Keeper's Verdict is dodged away from with the hop very nearly. Don't think it would have been enough damage to kill, but it would have at least delayed.
The game has just fully flipped on its head. Aberdeen Wylde are having such a good early game, and now all of a sudden just one play after another is just not going well for them. Lamps finds a great roam into the mid lane for Manzuki to pick up another kill. John Joe's pushing the Gnar out of lane, who has Trinity Force complete at this point, but the early game was going so well for them, and now they're 2k gold down.
Silence gonna get rooted up, gonna get knocked up under the tower. Blanco going incredibly low, but will go down to Simple Sam in the end.
Lamps gonna kill the jungle.
Final flash is being ran down by Lamps. The Rise has arrived. The Glitching Prison comes in, and Lamps, don't think you can be there, my friend. The Tempered Fate will do very little to save his life. John Joe gonna have to flash away from Refree here.
Yeah, red buff here was
in
OP.
the area. I don't think there's a hop available. Gnar is used. The cage is going to be hopped away from. Never mind, it is up and available.
Yeah, red buff heal kind of cucked Lamps then. He could have killed the Sejuani, but jungle items OP. And junglers heal like crazy when they kill camps. So yeah, unfortunately, almost solo killed the jungler on their camp there. He did sacrifice his ADC to do it.
Yeah, quest completed for everybody other than the junglers.
That's about normal, really. Jungle is usually the last quest that we completed.
Never mind. Endeavor's completed it, as has Futa Final Flash now. Visions of the Empire not gonna tag. Is doing a good bit of damage. In comes the Demonic Ascension. There is no CC left to stop this Rise from getting out with the Realm Warp, however. It's not quite gonna catch onto the Sejuani, as it looks like Helios looking to set up around this Herald. Reaper just struggling to get any damage down onto John Joe at this point. Valanth looking onto Blancor. Does a lot of damage with this Trinity Force completed.
Yeah, and it is Mosquito build on Senna, by the way.
Yeah, it looks like we're gonna be seeing
first item.
Static Shiv into LDR. Another solo kill for John Joe under the top lane tier 1 tower. Very nicely done from the Poppy King of VL himself. Lamps is in the area on bot side now, so if they wanted to look onto this center, they could. Manzuki very low in the mid lane, 3 members strong. Sunlight going to be caught out a little bit here, side steps away from the autos from the Sejuani. Still gets stunned up on the tower, but is safe thanks to the flash. We see Blanco being pressured a bit in the bottom side, as the Maiden is just going to do a little bit of damage. Blanco going very, very low. Not able to quite find it, as the mist is able to keep her safe for just a minuscule second longer. Top tier 1 will fall. Herald will be dropped in the mid lane as everybody collapses onto Lamp. Silence very low as well. Gets smited for the slow, which applied a stack of Sejuani passive for some reason. Exhaust comes in from Simple Sam. The sun lands. Sunlight is here to try and do something, anything, but it's just not enough, and will likely give his life in forfeit as well. And Helios have fallen out of the sky as the lead goes back to Aberdeen Wylde.
Yeah, good collapse onto the bot side for Aberdeen Wylde to pick up 3 kills in the end there. And they get Lamps, they get Silence, and they get Sunlight. And they pull the game back, and now they're at a pretty even state in this game. Suki, oh my god.
Yeah, it doesn't quite have that Rylai's complete, so isn't going to be able to just keep Slinger in tow. But it's able to get a good chunk of damage down. The Dragon will go across. It is the second Dragon of the game for Aberdeen Wylde, but the mid-tier 1 has fallen. That is a tower lead quite handily to the side of Celestial Helios now. So things are not as dire as they look, as John Joe is ready and willing to give his life for this, as he keepers verdicts away the Sejuani, is left in a 1 versus 2 against the bot lane. Can he find the damage? Does get stunned up. He's basically on top of Blancor at this point. Is able to dash to the wave. We'll see if he's able to escape. Kench will use that dash to get back in. On top of the Poppy, it doesn't proc the Steadfast Presence with the Arctic Assault, will drop down. Does buy a good chunk of time, but very little that can be done with it at this point, unfortunately.
Yeah, not a lot they can do with that. I thought Manzuki was coming, but I guess didn't have the ultimate, so didn't want to go for it. Um, Luckily for the side of Helios, it's TK that takes the kills, so there are 3 kills onto the Tam Kench. I think it would be a lot more of a worse situation if Senna had picked up a couple of those kills. So it's not terrible, but Aberdeen Wylde have really put the pressure on in the last 3 or 4 minutes. We're back into a state of the game where they have a slight lead, they have 2 dragons, they have the grubbies, and they have the scaling. So, they're going to be back to a place where they are enjoying the way that this game is going.
That they will be. 2 items completed on this Senna. Run warp away from Slinger in the bot side. I'm assuming saw sunlight on a ward or something.
Yeah, he was clearing the ward and try. Yeah, he was clearing the ward and try, so the damage from this rise. This is without the...
No MR.
Yeah, this is 1 item rise, by the way. He doesn't have anything else finished. The Seraph isn't finished. There's 6 stacks on the rod. So no MR on the Poppy. He does a lot of damage to it. He went Swifties as well.
Simple Sam looking to aggress on Sunlight here. Reapery gonna jump the wall with the hop. Manzuki's in the area. Wallop is gonna stun him up. The Nar's not gonna connect him into the wall. However, the Demonic Ascension has arisen. Vision of the Empire not gonna be used just yet, but the cage does lock up the Nar. The runaway from Simple Sam will find him. Blanco gonna go down to Jonjo. In the meantime, Lamps and Jonjo now trying to kill onto Futa. Final flash. This Sejuani is probably not long for this world. Vision of the Empire, stun into the wall. It's a double kill for Jonjo, and 4 members drop in the blink of an eye in favor of Helios. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know where that fight came from, but it's favorable for them.
Yeah, Helios, I think they find 2 2v2s that they win out on. I think Jonjo managed to get onto Blanco on that one in the jungle, stand up against the wall, and it's very difficult when you're a Senna and there is a Poppy on top of you, because Poppy does do quite a bit of damage, and you are a Senna. The more interesting fight was the one on the top side, though, where Manzuki and Sunlight absolutely shredded the Meganar, like, disgustingly fast that Meganar died. And, it isn't even a Rylai's on the Swain. There isn't a Leandries on the Swain either. He was doing so much damage with just having a Blackfire Torch as Sunlight cancels Jonjo's base.
That's a very, very, very criminal Baron. That is a massive, massive tempo investment after that fight, and the top lane tier 2 as well. Lost the bot lane tier 1 and almost the tier 2, but they do get the Baron in the end, so we'll see what they can do with it.
I mean, the big thing about Baron this season is the XP. It gives you a big chunk of XP. I think it's still a fake objective. I don't think you can end the game on 1 Baron anymore. You know, like last season, if you take a Baron at 25 minutes, you can pretty much decide the game. It's not like that anymore. Baron is not as strong as it has been in previous seasons. I mean, I remember when Baron used to give you stats. I don't think it gives you stats, or it hasn't given you stats for a while. And it used to be absolutely disgusting back then. But that's also when Dragon only used to give you gold, and we didn't have Dragon Souls, because I'm very, very old. And I've been playing this game for too long.
I remember before Souls as well, very vaguely. Elder, I don't think actually really did much for you at the time either.
No, Elder wasn't really a thing. I think Elder came in with Souls, didn't it?
No, Elder existed, it was just after 40 minutes.
I don't remember. Maybe I wasn't playing then when Dragons just gave you gold and Elder was a thing. I don't remember that. I definitely remember when Dragon would give you like 300 gold or something split amongst your team. It was terrible, and everybody was super horny for it.
A lot of damage coming down from Lamps onto this Rise. The Rylai's is now completed for Manzuki. Seraph's popped already as Blanco and Simple Sam look to join the fight. Manzuki is being a bit shredded here. Does flash away from the Dawning Shadow. Santa's trying to do what damage he can, but he gets melted. The Rise is doing so much damage. Manzuki falls, and it's 3 very quick kills on the bottom side. Jonjo likely to fall in the top side here as well. And just like that, we're back to square one.
Yeah, this keeps happening. They find a good fight on the bot side, Jonjo gets solo killed on the top side, and then in 30 seconds to 2 minutes. There's going to be two 2v2s that the side of Helios win, and so we're going backwards and forwards. But I think Lamps and Manzuki underestimating their initial damage onto the Rise. Seraphs keeps him alive for quite a long time. I think Rod has some built-in healing as well when you use spells or hit spells. So,
Sunlight looking onto the top side, does get hopped on top of. Wallop will find the stun, a little bit more, a couple more autos will find it. Lamps arrives.
Oh, misses.
The final flash is just going to drop here.
Meganar misses, flashes
Flash
the wall.
away. Tempered Fate will stop him dead in his tracks, though. A point-blank Tempered Fate is not easy to escape. Moves so quickly. And it is a couple back in favor of Helios, but
Yeah, they like that. Like clockwork. I said they would find a 2v2 and they'd win the 2v2, and guess what happened? They found a 2v2 and won the 2v2. This
does
game
bear
is,
worth mentioning, this Senna is very close to Infinity Edge. Let's do a stat check while I'm thinking about it.
This is what matters, though. Actualizer finished. Rise.
67 stacks on the Senna.
Rise is very much online now. The damage that this Rise can do, with 7 stacks on the Dark Seal too, is going to be disgusting. If he can find Lamps, if he can find Silence. Even Manzuki at this point doesn't have enough to survive it. It's going to be disgusting to deal with.
It bears worth mentioning that Blancor only about 13 stacks away from his first really big break point. So they're both going to start doing big damage as Jonjo is looking aggressively. Keeper's Verdict onto the Tom Kench. Blancor is left pretty much on his own. Lamps finds a good magical journey. Will pick up the kill for himself as Jonjo gets the flash pin into the wall. Simple Sam walked up to try and save. Blancor will take a bit of damage. Stun lands from Lamps. It's very good Cosmic Binding doing the work. Sunlight comes in, traps the Sejuani, forces the flash. Tempered Fate stops the Gnar midway through his hop. Stun doesn't quite find him. Decent damage coming down. Meanwhile, Manzuki is fighting onto Slinger in the river. The Actualizer coming in and doing a lot of point-blank damage onto this Swain. Just a 1-for-1. But now they're looking...
1-for-1?
Yes,
It's a 2-for-1, surely?
No, Senna for Swain.
Oh yeah, Senna for Swain, yeah. Manzuki dies on the side, they get the Senna. It was a good pick onto the Senna. You could tell that Jonjo a bit confused about who he should go for with the ult. You could see him moving and wiggling about there. Ends up finding a good pick thanks to the magical journey, and the Gnar misses.
Gnar goes wide. Wallop does find the stun though. Knock up onto Sunlight is flashed away from, but the rises over the wall onto Silence, and a snipe with the Dawning Shadow comes in. Jonjo joins this fray alongside Sunlight. Lamps is in the wings as well, finds the stun into the wall. They're just trying to run away, but the Rise is so incredibly strong at this point in time. There's just not enough damage. Silence can't survive. Sunlight can't get the DPS out. The range and up front burst is too much.
I like how Sunlight's the one that gets caught and his top laner and support die for it. Oh, look at the damage coming out of the Rise with Actualizer pop there. Almost one taps the Yorick. Manzuki's going to go down too. It's disgusting.
Fate tagged onto 2, but it's just not enough. Silence up in 3, but only 2 items on this Corki. He's really struggling to have value in this game.
Yeah, the draft difference is coming in now that the Actualizer's finished, and there's Lance is finding the stuns. He's finding the ults that are doing decent work for him.
Oh, it's a good realm warp teleport
so
from
sad.
Jonjo onto the backside.
He might be dead here.
But he's completely up the creek here on his own.
Okay.
We did say 25 minutes is when this game starts to get hard, and that is exactly what has happened.
It didn't help Helios that the Rise got very accelerated prior to getting the Actualizer. 10 stacks on the Dark Seal, we might just go Magi's next.
Jonjo taking a lot of damage, going to use the Keeper's Verdict to knock the Rise away, but he's in too deep on his own. Gets the heroic charge cancelled on by the Arctic Assault. Vision of the Empire will slow too. For now, a good stun, but Blancor is still firing. Glacial Prison goes a little bit wide. Steadfast Presence giving a little bit of movement speed. Cosmic Binding doesn't tag onto anybody, and he might actually get out with his life here, which is a little bit criminal. Next Dragon is up and available though, and it is Soul Point for whichever team picks it up. They might just do a Dragon for Baron trade, however.
I think Dragon for Baron, very good for Helios if they can get this Baron. Jonjo forced to base, he hasn't gone back yet. That's kind of playing distraction as we get some support or combat. And it's kind of criminal if they actually get this, Helios.
Tis a little bit. Lamps is doing what he can to keep people out. Dawning Shadow tags across everybody, but the Baron will handily go across. Teleport in from Reapery on this Gnar. Is about to drop Mega though, so I'd wager there's not too much to be found as the resets start to come in and nobody will be caught unawares.
And it's going to be increasingly difficult to kill this Rise. It's going to, with the Senna healing and the TK to save him, Sejuani to play frontline for him, Gnar to cause a distraction. Rise is going to get a lot of free time in these fights, and you know, you did say it, 25 minutes, we're at nearly 30. Senna's going to be on probably 80 stacks now, 80 plus stacks.
That's where you want to be at the very least as farming Senna. Sitting at 79, so very, very close. Doesn't have tier 2 boots, however. Neither AD carry has tier 2 boots, in fact.
Boots are overrated.
Boots are overrated.
Realm
Realm Warp
engage.
in behind Silence. Flash forwards from the Rise. Will get punished by Valkyrie, and a good chunk of damage coming out from that big rocket there. As the Maiden is just kind of walking through the bungle. Who's Final Flash going to get tagged on by that missed ball as the wallop comes in, Gnar comes in, but it only lands onto Manzuki. Silence is trying to do what he can, but this Rise just fucking eviscerates him. Manzuki goes down. Silence is now stuck between a hard place, and very, very sad times. Tries to get the reset off, but can't. Lamps is taking the 2v1 in the mid lane and losing. Gets nommed up. The double kill for Reaper in the bot side. Sunlight able to pick up one more in return, but probably not able to find anything more than that. The Slinger goes godlike. It's a 4-for-1 across the board.
Yeah, lane assignment's very questionable for Helios there, and Aberdeen Wylde do a very good job at punishing these poor assignments. It was a good realm warp engage to chase Silence down towards the bot side, where you know, maybe he thinks he's safe because he has Sunlight and he had Manzuki on this bot side, but the Rise just does so much damage. 18 stacks on the Medjais. It's gonna be so much damage every time that actualizer is popped. He probably one-taps the Yorick at this point now. He probably one-taps, or he definitely one-taps the Poppy. That's for sure.
Everybody will fall to this Rise. If it keeps going the way it is, they need to get the actualizer popped and then try to disengage the fight. Of course, that's easier said than done because it's not a very visible cooldown.
Someone frolicked. I just had you in my ear freaking out. Oh, that's gonna make me laugh every time I hear it. Senna scaling well with stacks. Rise very much online. Gonna be looking. I assume it's Deathcap next for the Rise.
Yeah.
And, yeah. The draft for Helios, you're seeing the flaws in it now. It's an uncharacteristically bad game from Silence as well. 0, 5, and 1 had literally no impact on the
First time I've
Corki.
seen him struggle.
Same, yeah. And the Corki is not exactly a weak champion. Corki is quite a strong champion at the moment. Lance might be a caught here.
Magical Journey will take him to safety for now, but whether it'll get him out is another story. This dragon is up in 1 minute and 20 seconds, and it would be soul for Aberdeen Wylde if they picked it up. You see pings coming down across the map from this team. Is Jonjo going to walk into Slinger here? The actualizer was popped already, and a fight's happening on the top side. Tempest Fate doesn't tag onto anybody, as Jonjo is just eating up the attention of the Rise. He's now rejoined the fight, but the actualizer should have run out by now. In goes Sejuani, and knock-up lands from the TK. Dawning Shadow comes across, but Silence finds one, and the health bars aren't quite dropping just yet. There go two, however. Silence next on the list, flashed on, and is third. Sunlight doing what he can, but there's very little left to be done. Jonjo not able to join the fight. It's 4-for-1. The actualizer dropped off, and it just did not matter. Slinger is spell casting across an entire team and creating nothing but a pool of death, destruction, and blood in his wake.
Yeah, the very experimental draft from Celestial Helios definitely being exposed now by the side of Aberdeen Wylde, as they're going to wrap this game up relatively cleanly once the champions came online, and it's a very good performance against a particularly strong VL standard team.
That it is. They are really showing their worth here in this game. Jonjo able to find the Rise, But along with the Rise's death, the Nexus shall fall, and we are going to a game 3.
Yeah, I feel like Celestial Helios, they had the game in their grasp for a little while there, and then just let it slip through their fingers. And it'll be very interesting to see what they do now going forward into the third game, if they play a bit more of a standard draft. I mean, look at that rise damage, man. The champion is disgusting. And quite a lot of it as well was coming out before he even had Actualizer finished. So very good performance from Slinger altogether.
That it was very, very strong performance indeed. And a massive hit back. I think Helios went undefeated last week. So showing
yeah.
that this team can, in fact, bleed with the stacked names on the roster. That being said, we're going to go to a very quick break. When we come back, we'll have the final game in this series, and we'll see if Helios can reclaim their form from game number 1. Welcome back, one and all, as we gear up and get ready for game number in this best of 3 series between Celestial, Helios, and Aberdeen Wylde. Celestial opting to stay on the red side this game as we head immediately into draft. And I'm going to let you speak because my voice still hasn't recovered.
Yeah, no. This is you're feeling what I was feeling last Thursday. Very experimental draft coming out of the side of Celestial Helios last game. Hopefully they pull something a bit more standard. I think they were maybe trying to flex just a little bit too hard last game with the Yorick jungle. And definitely did not work out. Did have quite a lot of damage, but the overall impact from the pick wasn't that high, as we have a Zilean first ban on the side of Aberdeen Wylde. Very interesting. And it looks like Celestial Helios are going to stick with the same bans they had last time.
What are they looking for on B1 with these bans? Because they're leaving the Gragas.
Yeah, the Gragas is up.
The Zilean comes out of bloody nowhere. I'll tell you that for nothing.
I'm not sure about the Zilean ban. I guess maybe they've scrimmed against Lamp Zilean before. They're definitely targeting support champions, so maybe they think that's the area where they're going to win out this game, banning out Lamps' champions. Obviously, an uncharacteristically poor game from Silence in the previous game. Maybe they don't see that as the threat, and they want to make sure they get a favourable bot lane matchup. But Zilean Braum ban's very interesting. Are they going to maybe look for like a Rel on B1?
Well,
Thresh out as well. It could be a Rel on B1. I don't like Rel on B1. It could be Rel or Alistair, maybe. Engage support looking
so
early.
maybe they're looking to steal the Gragas away.
They could be looking to steal the Gragas away, and it is open. It was left open, I'm pretty sure, last week, and it wasn't picked up.
Yeah. That wouldn't shock me. Maokai. I'm confused. These bans don't make any sense.
Zilean Braum Thresh banned. Maokai B1, obviously flexing between 3 roles, is buffed this patch. But realistically, I think it's more of a top lane buff than anything else. He hovers some mid champs on the side of Celestial Helios. And it's the Silas lock-in now. This is probably Sunlight on Silas.
Yeah, I'd wager this is going in the jungle.
He had a very good Silas game last week. Very impactful on that game.
That being said, you could just flex it to wherever the Maokai goes.
You could flex it to wherever the Maokai goes. I don't see Jonjo playing the Silas personally. But yeah, I mean, Silas support does kind of slap on Maokai support, so...
Diva going to be the lock-in for Silence.
It doesn't really reveal much about if the Silas is going to go bot or not, because Sivir is a very self-sufficient ADC. Obviously, there are some things that you can do against a Sivir to really stop it in its tracks. And there's the MF. MF does have a good lane against the Sivir. And I believe you played this matchup on Monday. This exact matchup, Siva versus
Yeah,
MF.
I did into a misfortune Ash 2 trick. That was fun. Not.
I like how that guy plays two champions, Ash and Misfortune, and you gave him both of them.
Oh, yeah, I wasn't particularly scared of them. I'll be honest with you. I didn't get to play the Civ game because everything outranged me. It was very unfun. This isn't something you see very often.
No, and this is still holding a lot of flex because the Maokai can go in 3 roles, the Diana can go in 2 roles. Obviously, nerfed this patch, actually quite heavily nerfed this patch in the jungle. But it is another good ultimate for Silas. There's 2 good ults, 3 good ults really. MF ult's not great for Silas, but 2 good ults
Although
for
you
Silas
are
already.
looking at a very good wombo at the moment of Maokai ult into Diana ult into MF ult. The Galio going to be locked in for Manzuki. This is his champion.
Yeah, Manzuki does have a very nice Galio. And I think that if they think the Diana's going to go mid here, Galio has a decent lane against the Diana. I quite like the matchup personally. Galio, part of Galio's problem is getting poked in the lane, and Galio doesn't really have to worry about getting poked when all you have to worry about is a Diana Q. So
I think it would make sense for the Diana to go mid when you consider the fact that the enemy jungler has played tanks 2 games in a row.
yeah, it would be surprising to see Futa Final Flash pop out, bust out the Diana in the jungle. Well,
They seem to
not.
think it's by top lane. Covering their asses at least.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
guess they
set
do call it
ban.
the thing.
They probably think it's Maokai Jungle, right? Set band, the Leona band. Getting rid of a good support for the MF. Getting rid of a top lane champion that Jonjo doesn't want to play against. Maybe they're blinding Jonjo here.
Wouldn't surprise me. Giving Lamps counter in this situation when you've got champions that can in fact be played support does make sense. You've already locked in 2 of them.
Be curious to
You
see what
You
Jonjo,
want
if it is.
like a Malphite or something here, something that can stop the MF.
Oh, please be Malphite because it's Ornn.
Ornn
Yeah,
also works.
Ornn does work. Can cancel the MF. Obviously, you have to time it correctly because you can get interrupted by Maokai, you can get interrupted by Diana. It's not as easy to interrupt the MF, but you do have a lot of range on the Call of the Forge God. So, and Maokai has just strong lanes in general. He's kind of champion that scales you very well into the game.
With some very, very strong tanks already picked, however, we are looking at something like a Milio or a Nami or something akin to that in support. Well, you know what I actually wouldn't hate here
Go on.
from Lamps, because he's quite good at it, the Nico.
Yeah, honestly, the Nico would be pretty good. Oh, I don't like it. Is this Maokai support? Diana jungle if they lock the Yone in. It is Maokai support Diana jungle. Now, do we want to? Galio is in a bit of a rough spot. Do they just flex the Galio support here and give Manzuki a different champion? I mean,
You can, to be fair, you can chuck the Galio support the Silas mid and give Endeavor an option into the Diana. There's a few things you can do here. I think they probably just pick Lamps though. I think you just sack, you just sack the matchup in mid. You take the favorable jungle matchup. You take the favorably okay top matchup and grab yourself like a Renata, which is another very good pick into this comp because they're all looking to clump up to allow the SMF to play the game.
Yeah, MF's gonna have a lot of time to find a good ultimate. That's for sure. Manzuki's gonna really struggle in this lane. Obviously, Galio in particular good against mages and not very good against the champ like Yone. So and Slinger had a great game too as well. He managed to output a lot of damage on that Rice. It'll be very interesting to see how Slinger does on the Yone. And I wonder how they're going to manage to deal with this. Because Renekton Ornn as well, in theory, is a 50-50. It's a skill matchup. I've played both sides of this and been absolutely destroyed on both sides of the matchup. So maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just bad. That's when you're supposed to say, no, you're not bad. Yeah, thanks for the support, Luna. Jeez.
I
No, it's fine. The moment's passed.
I wasn't going to apologize. I was going to say, given how we worked last split, I ain't got room to say shit.
What do you mean? We won.
No, you and Rowan won.
No, General won.
Well,
I was just in those games. Interesting drafts. If the MF gets space to play the game and they don't shut it down early, it's going to be very difficult for the side of Celestial or Helios to stop this. But again, Lamps, if he can find a really good hostile takeover on the Renata, again, it's very... I don't know which draft I'd rather play, honestly. I think Celestial Helios scale better into the game. Plus ornaments.
I think Helios is better because even though from an AD carry standpoint, because that's the standpoint I'd be looking at it from, I'm not going to do much this game. The rest of my team just match up to the enemy 10 times better.
Yeah. But if Jonjo doesn't die early in lane, which is a lot, speaking, asking for Jonjo to not die in lane, Ornn should become unkillable on sides, regardless of who he's up against.
Silence is 10 times the AD carry I am, so while I fucking piss into this matchup, I'm sure he'll do fine.
I mean, he had a very poor game too. He ended up 1-6-1 in the end. So it will be interesting to see how he can do this game. Obviously, Sivir just likes to push the waves out early. I mean, Sivir is more I want to be at 10 CS a minute kind of champion than I want to fight in your face.
Yeah.
But I do like the Renata into the Maokai matchup. Obviously, you become untargetable as Maokai when you press your W. So he can, in theory, get onto silence on the Sivir. But you can just get, hand shaken away. If Misfortune steps too far forward on the follow-up, you can then turn it, but difficult one. If they can get the prio and they can space the lane properly, Sivir and Renata shouldn't have a difficult time in this matchup. Because obviously Maokai W, Twisted Advance, is a very short-range spell.
Yeah, I think... I'm going to be honest with you, all eyes are in jungle this game.
Yeah. No, I agree. Diana versus Sylas should be a very explosive matchup. Diana has much faster clear, even with the nerfs this patch, should still clear the jungle faster than Sylas should. Because Sylas is one of those champions where, like, world record clear is clear 3 camps, base for Dark Seal, then clear your other 3 camps. So we'll see how Sunlight does in this matchup. And through to Final Flash off of a tank for the first time this game, playing the Diana. We say that and he might just end up going, tank Diana, which would be terrible. I hope he doesn't go tank Diana for his sake, because he would not get to play the game.
I mean, not just for his sake, but his team's sake as well. He's also the only magic damage this team really has. Yone does split, but it's not enough. And after small amounts, Maokai doesn't do huge amounts from support.
No, yeah, most of Maokai's magic damage comes from levels. It's a lot of base damage, and as support, you don't really get many levels, so you won't be doing much damage. I think a lot of it's going to happen. We talked about Slinger had a really good game last game. If he can find these Yone ults, it should be interesting for his team. Again, though, if Sylas takes the Yone ult, finds the God Yone ult onto the MF, then the game immediately becomes unplayable.
I mean, not even just that. If he manages to catch more than 2 or 3 people, he's set up for a Call of the Forge God and a Hero's Entrance and a hostile takeover over the top of all of them.
Yeah, he does have some good ults to take.
Like, Yone and Diana are going... If you steal those ults and you group people up, you have things you can layer over the top significantly better than your opponents do, because you are really reliant on them layering them in enough to allow the CC to land for the MF to then ult over. Whereas you've got Ricochet, Hostile Takeover, Hero's Entrance, Call of the Forge. You've got so much CC to stack on top of with the first ult that you land. It's so difficult.
No. I'm trying to think. I'm going to be. I think a lot of it's going to depend on how this early game goes. Aberdeen Wylde need to get ahead in the early game, for sure. For sure, need to be ahead in the early game.
It's also really rough to be playing Renekton, Diana, Yone, Maokai into Galio, Ornn, Renata.
Yeah, Galio, Ornn, Renata. Pretty much unkillable. And then even if you do kill one of them, Renata just, oh, you're not dead yet. The front line is very beefy.
Yeah, not only that, but all of these champions love being in close quarters with you, and you're forced to be in close quarters with them. Really rough. And, I mean, Sivir Ricochet value goes fucking sky high through it as well.
Yeah, it does. It really does. The Ricochet value is going to be nuts. Do you know what I learned today, actually, about Ricochet? Doesn't apply on hit.
Nope, it crits but doesn't apply on hits.
Yeah, I didn't know that it didn't apply on hits. I just assumed it did. I knew that it crit, but the fact that it doesn't apply on hits was quite shocking to me. I guess because Sivir's lifesteal would be fucking crazy if it did.
Oh, yeah, it would be incredibly broken. You'd shred through an entire... bearing in mind, on-hit builds are often more tank shred than crit builds, so you would just shred through an entire set of tanks with, 5 autos. It wouldn't be fair.
It definitely would not be fair. And so we are into game, and I'm just going to pause at 10 seconds.
I didn't tab in, I'm at 12.
You're at 12.
I forgot the game doesn't insta-tab you.
Okay, well, I'm paused at 12 seconds.
Okay.
Let me just pop the overlay on. And I am ready to go. Are you ready to go, Luna?
Yep.
I'm going to unpause in 3, 2, 1, go.
Oakley Doakley.
To Summoner's Rift.
Oh, lovely. Both junglers starting top side by the looks of it. Oh, I think they might have scouted that Slinger wants to walk into this Raptor area. Probably done it the last 2 games. He is walking in there.
For now, that he is. He gets the gets the ward down, but none of the CC gonna land. Abscond Abduct and Shield of Durand gonna go slightly wide there.
It doesn't start on the Raptors, by the way, the Silas. I'm pretty sure Raptors start is what you want to do, right?
Unsure, I don't play Silas jungle.
Any Silas junglers in the chat? I feel like Raptors start easiest camp for you to kill quickly. Most of your damage coming from your passive. Kingmaker? Is that what the passive is called?
Yes. No,
Me.
I think so. Kingslayer is the W, so I would wager not.
It is Petrocite Burst. I was nowhere close.
Yeah, I was gonna say Kingslayer is the W. And they don't normally name things too similarly.
Yeah, because I'm like, Zeph is right. I'm pretty sure that the Silas starts Raptors, goes buff, goes Krugs, and then recalls for Darkseal, because it's just the fastest clear. But he opted to start Big Buff, and he's probably going to go full clear at this point if he's starting Big Buff.
I'd wager so, though. Endeavor, known for doing a bit of funky stuff sometimes.
I mean, yeah, he did play Yorick last game, didn't he?
That he did. No particularly weird runes across the board from anybody, it doesn't seem like.
Yeah, no, pretty standard. Not a big fan of Aftershock Maokai, but you don't have a lot of great runes on Maokai support.
No.
Yeah, without it, you're very squishy, so... That's the problem when you're technically a drain tank. Oh, good trade by Manzuki.
Trading, coming out Manzuki in the mid lane, yeah. Very, very good trading coming out. Spell shield from Silence at the bottom side as well. Future Final Flash is on towards this bottom side here. Flash forwards from Sam onto Lamps. Jump in. There isn't a bailout to be seen as Endeavor finds onto Future Final Flash. Flash comes in, Silence flashes forward, finds one. Sunlight now backing up, rooted up is Silence, but able to get a lot of damage down with this Ricochet. Flash forwards from Sunlight to pick up the kill. Silence gonna barrier to safety. Blancor going very, very low. One more also will find Endeavor. That it does. If the Ricochet finds onto Blancor, it'll be a trade of life. But it's just a 2 for 2 in the bottom side for now.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the fact that the Helios get a 2 from 2 there, or 2 for 2 there, is kind of crazy. The red buff for Silence doing so much work to keep him alive and get the damage down. It is 2 kills onto the MF though, which is very scary to deal with. MF does bits with early gold in the game, so it'd be difficult to deal with on this bot side. But a kill to Silas as well is also very nice early on into the game.
That it is. Silence still in lane, as is Blancor at this point. Free looking to aggress onto Jonjo, who is out of mana, but Endeavor is in the wings. This could be one very dead Crocodile. New pair of boots coming in.
Flash,
Potentially for Sunlight. Does flash to safety. Manzuki looking to just do a little bit of trading onto this Yone once again.
Yeah, this is the matchup for Galio against the Yone. Oh my god,
Yeah.
lives on like 50 HP. It's so difficult to play, and buying early armor on Galio as well just feels so not worth it. I do feel like he should get the early armor because he's going to need it if he wants to farm in this lane. If that's what a non-Blade of the Ruin King Yone is doing to you, it's going to just get worse and worse.
He could also look to just go full AP and look to take a trade of life. Time will tell. He has backed on double amp tomes. Simple Sam looking on the bot side. Good handshake. Will keep the Maokai away for now. Able to be able to walk this one away. Endeavor moving on towards this bottom side now.
Renekton ult popped as well. Gung-ho with that one.
That it was. Let's find the stun. Jonjo going quite low here. One more auto and a Q will do it. Not quite. Does get the flash away. Sunlight here in the mid lane. This will be one very dead Yone. Manzuki overshoots the flash, which means Endeavor forced to tank that one up.
Yeah, unfortunately. Oh, Jonjo misses the Call of the Forge God top side as well. There's not really been I don't think he's actually based yet. So he's been on no mana for pretty much the entire game, because Ornn is a very mana-hungry champion early on. But it does look like First Dragon is going to be picked up by the side of Celestial Helios here, as they have the pressure having to force Yone to base. And bot lane getting the prio before walking to the Drake. So one dragon secured. It's going to be really nice for Celestial Helios at the start of this game, because they do scale very well with Sivir, with an Ornn. It's
Get full AP Galio as well.
Yeah, full AP Galio doesn't scale amazingly, but you know it's not terrible scaling.
I don't know. It does do a lot of one shot.
And Jonjo had definitely based, by the way, because he doesn't have teleport, so I'm just trolling.
There is going to be another engage in the mid lane as Endeavor finally finds his mark on this one, able to pick up that kill very, very quickly. Gets his Dark Steel on the board as well.
Good gank on the mid side. They're very much pressuring this Ornn. I think they know that Ornn is definitely a win con for the side of Aberdeen Wylde here. So Endeavor Sunlight doing his bit, making sure he's ganking it, making sure that Manzuki is able to farm. Manzuki does have a slight gold lead. Xerka's Greaves finished now, so he should be a bit harder to gank. Galio's spells are easy to dodge. So a nice handshake comes through on the bot. Oh, Simple Sam has to eat a tower shot as well.
Manzuki going to tank up the Q3 there. from the Yone. Try and get a little bit of a trade back across. Does bear worth mentioning Blancor looking for a bit of an outdated Misfortune build at this point. Not sure how strong it is after the changes.
Yeah, Bloodthirster first. Not a fan of this. I'm pretty sure I spoke about this on Monday with Joseph Armando, who was on cast with me then. Just not as good anymore of the Bloodthirster first.
Yeah, I've not really seen it too much. People have definitely been favouring Yumu's. Looks like Grubs are next on the list.
Yeah, Grubby's going to be able to start here because Manzuki gets a nice push. That's that Prio. Jonjo has Prio topside as well, so Sunlight gets the free Grubbies. Oh, nice storm.
Just able to pop that phase rush and get away. Single grub taken by Endeavor. Now looking to move down to contest his bot side as Jonjo looking for solo kill on the top side. Does find the call to push shot onto Reaper. We'll see if he goes down, but a good Diana roll. Lay it over by the Maokai ult. Lay it over by the bullet time. And Lamps, Manzuki, and Silence are all down. Endeavor misses the fate sealed. Stolen away from Slinger in that mid lane. And it's Aberdeen Wylde to come out emphatically on top.
Yeah, 4 kills to the MF as well. It feels like Sunlight called for his team to go and protect his blue buff, dropped the Grubbies to do it, and just gets everybody killed to save the blue buff that he doesn't get anyway.
Yeah. Not able to get onto this scuttle either. Is looking to take this fight. Doesn't have an ultimate available to him. Does have lamps in the wings, but with a full combo down and only sitting on alternator Fiendish Codex, it's awkward. But keep looking here. Goes over the wall, gets knocked back, finds the abscond in, or the abduct in rather. Hostile takeover tags onto one. Back in comes Slinger. Will go down eventually to this Silas. It's a small consolation prize.
Yeah, very good handshake to pull him back. The hostile takeover was decent, maybe a little bit delayed from Lamps, but they do manage to get the Yone. The kill onto Sunlight. Sunlight with 3 kills now. The Rocket Belt is finished, so the pressure and 4 stacks on the Darkseer as well, which is also very important. We see still 2 Grubbies sat on the map right now, and also plates from Manzuki, very big.
Yeah,
you'd love to see that.
It is double Rocket Belt Rush, the mid jungle of Celestial Helios. It would look like completed for Endeavor.
Some Blancor fans in chat.
I believe that is the Perplexity group. Nice to see you come across, lads. Manzuki
gonna get to these Grubbies eventually.
Yeah, he finally got there. Manzuki taking a small trade in the mid lane. Jonjo doing what he can. Blancor caught up in the bottom lane. The Renekton ult popped in the top side as Jonjo kind of just has to start running. Endeavor running up to him to try and help. Call of the Forge God use. Stun comes through, flashes away, finds the knock up just about.
Oh, nice. Jonjo runs down towards his jungler, and the jungler's there just to buy enough time, give Jonjo enough pressure so that Jonjo can pick up the kill with the brittle proc, and that's our weak side goat. Gets the kill, pushes the lane in and bases, and might be Thornmail finished. Oh, he's going to go for the boots too. That makes sense.
Yeah, I don't think he wants to complete the full Thornmail just yet this game. While it does have value into MF, Yone, Renekton, Maokai, don't think it's worth completing until much later into the build. You want to be able to get to your Barmies item pretty sharpish.
Yeah, we just pick up the extra cloth armor though, so maybe he is going to go for it first. Yeah, it could
He's
go
got the Ruby
Sunfire,
Crystal in inventory as well.
Yeah, but if you want to go for the Bambi's item first and you're playing Ornn, you just save.
Fate Sealed goes incredibly wide there for Slinger. Jonjo taking another trade in this top side. Doing very well now that he's got a little bit more armor under his belt. Lamps and Endeavor are on this mid lane.
Yeah, Black Cleaver completed for the Renekton. But it does not really matter at this point. It's very difficult as top lane quest completed for Jonjo.
Mid quest is completed for Manzuki as well. Looks like 80 carries and supports have both finished theirs as well. Futa Final Flash has finished their jungle quest a bit ahead of Endeavor, has just been looking to mostly do farming this game.
Yeah, and Endeavor upgraded the upgraded to the Medjais as well. So 5 stacks on the Medjais.
Very brave.
Very brave. I was going to say, I do think it's still gold efficient at 5 stacks.
I don't think Medjai's is gold efficient until 10.
Is it not gold efficient until 10 anymore? It used to be gold efficient at 5.
Endeavor back in this top side.
Nice knockup.
Ruthless Predator is able to keep him out. Dominus is popped, but it might not matter. Endeavor able to grab himself yet another kill. On the hunt, popped in the bot lane as Lamps is just running at Simple Sam here. Not really too much they can do. I'd wager it was used as an escape tool rather than an engage tool. Manzuki looking aggressively onto Slinger in the mid lane once again.
Oh, damage from the Galio passive is disgusting. And there's a Dark Seal on the Galio too. We are stacking. Lamps very far forward.
Final flash. Lamps does get flashed on, as you say, by Simple Sam. Silent's going to be able to just run for the hills here. Lamps just going to be given off to the Wolves, I think, in the correct fashion.
Yeah, a bit unfortunate they used his flash.
Yeah. Winning out on the trade. Ignite popped by Slinger. Fate Sealed used as well. Protobelt tried to dodge it. Can't quite find the damage, but Endeavor is in the wings. Could look for this here. Does, in fact, find it. A good flash forwards. Dark Seals all round, ladies and gents.
13 stacks on the Medjai, so it's definitely gold efficient now. But it is a very risky buy. I think on something like u.gg, it's probably the recommended that you go the Medjai second, because that likes to pick up the items based on win rate. So you know, if you're buying Medjai second and you're winning, then sure it is good.
And tank up the gank here. Not a huge amount of CC left. Finds the knocker or the pull of the Forge God onto Reapery. Getting a lot of damage down. This Diana's actually just not doing huge amounts of damage with just this Dusk and Dawn. Simple Sam is in the wings now, however. Means Jonjo likely is going to drop here. And the shutdown will go across to Reapery.
Why did Jonjo have a shutdown? He was 1-0. He was 1-0 and down on CS. Riot? How's that a shutdown? I guess he has plates. I guess he has plates, but like how? I don't understand how that one's a shutdown.
We are now seeing lane assignment shift ever so slightly as the bot lane tier 1 did fall in that time frame in favor of Celestial Helios.
Yeah, and Rift Herald picked up from the pressure that Aberdeen Wylde have got on this top side. They roamed all 4 members up to the top side. Sunlight's here mid.
Does find the abduct onto Blancor, steals away this Maokai ult to dissuade. Silence finds Blancor. I didn't even see with what.
Ricochet.
He's in. Ricochet.
Yep.
Scond abduct onto Simple Sam, gets knocked away by the Bramble Smash, but Silence happy to keep looking for this one. Sunlight will pick it up as he flashes backwards, or he twisted advances back into the Silas. And that will be the mid-tier 1 going down as well here, I'd wager, with both bot laners dead. Endeavor looking on the side, looking onto Futa Final Flash, doing a lot of damage. Knocked up by the Ornn, brittled down, and Silence picks up this kill for himself.
Yeah, lots of kills picked up.
1 stack Medjai's.
Yeah, the Medjai's is cooking right now. Not as many stacks on Manzuki's Dark Seal, but you know, 21 stacks on the Medjai's. The I assume Riftmaker well on the way.
Fate sealed onto Jonjo in the top side. Does have the Blade of the Runkin completed. There's a lot of armor on this Ornn, and he actually does have a good chunk of damage in himself left in the wings, though Reapery is ready to look for a dive here.
Manzuki has an ult, but it's the other side of the map.
Let's see if Jonjo reads it. He is resetting. We'll see if Jonjo calls him towards the top side. There is pings coming down.
They're going to look for Jonjo. Manzuki needs the wood here.
Call of the Forge God going to be dropped. Knock-up is good. Call of the Forge God is even better. Jonjo is going to fall here. Manzuki will drop the ult. Dominus was stolen. Reaper going very, very low. It's gotten abducted onto Slinger. Will drop him dead. Manzuki flashes, matched by Reaper. A little bit more damage. All it takes. The winds of war will gust around the Renekton. And it's, you don't see a crocodile in the sky very often for good reason. TP into the mid lane here onto Blancor, and Simple Sam Blancor flashes out. Hostile takeover tags only onto the Maokai. Handshake goes wide. I believe everybody gets out with their lives here, but only just about.
MF did flash to get over the wall to escape the initial engage and the follow-up engage. As Endeavor just fights constantly with these 25 stacks on the Magi's already.
The Rift Maker completed for the Silas as well. Going to be very, very soon for the Galio too.
Yeah, Silas very much online. An ornament starting to pop up now. Jonjo hits level 13. Gets his first one down for himself, and you can imagine that once these start completing, the game gets a little bit worse. I believe they're about 800 gold in terms of item value for each one.
1,000.
1,000? Is it 1,000 still?
Yeah, still 1,000.
Oh, I thought they'd nerfed it because 1,000 is a lot for everyone. But yeah, and the scaling is on, and the Yone that had such a lot of pressure early on, was doing so much into Manzuki, has been kind of nullified. Forced into the side lane against the Ornn is not really where you want to be as a Yone.
No, it's not ideal. The unending despair was that first item that came through for the Ornn, rightfully so. Bit of emoting there before jumping over the wall. Jonjo is going to walk into his face, finds the knock-up, but it is buffered through the Q3. Good chunk of damage coming back, but Jonjo is taking so much.
Yeah, he's doing a lot on the Yone. Jonjo gets the knock-up though.
Or misses the Bellows Breath just about. Nearly 3 items completed for Silence. Blancor opting for that LDR second, and in this game, I don't hate it.
No, he's going to need it. I think shredding through, he's going to be the person who realistically has to kill Jonjo. Jonjo gets caught.
He does. Fate Seal just about catching him. He tries to dash back through it to buffer through it. Doesn't quite work out. Never comes in, steals away the Moonfall. Finds onto Futa. Final flash. Now looking onto Slinger, while Silence is being abused in the mid lane, but Manzuki drops the hero's entrance. We'll see how that's going in just seconds, and never picks up a double kill. Silence is still living thanks to the ultimate from Manzuki. Will block away on the double up, will go down to Blancor, but Manzuki able to pick up one, and the second should fall before too long. This MF, while she does have an LDR, does not really have the damage to cut through this Galio. Manzuki on a killing spree, 9 stacks on his own Dark Seal now.
Yeah, honestly, the Yone did so much surprising amount of damage up to Jonjo on the side lane. I honestly didn't expect him to do so well. And they get a good dive off, but the dive is very deep. Lamps and Sunlight are managed to counteract the dive, and the fight in the mid lane goes a bit awry as well. Blancor does manage to pick up Silence for his 5th kill of the game, and he is going for, I assume this is Infinity Edge 3rd?
Yes.
Yeah, so I don't hate it. I think it's fine for Misfortune. He's going to have a lot of damage on the double ups this way. Should be able to shred through Jonjo, but Yone's doing it pretty well himself, to be fair. Aberdeen Wylde keeping this game relatively even right now. We'll have to see how it goes the longer it goes on, because Jonjo has an ornament stacked up and ready to go for one of his teammates. And I wonder who he put it on. Can you upgrade Magi's? Is that an ornament you can upgrade?
So. I don't think it's a legendary item.
Oh, true, yeah, it's only legendary item, sorry.
Gonna buffer through the Call of Forge God with the Fate Seal. Does drop the Ignite onto Jonjo, who is now taking a hell of a lot of damage. This Q3 connects, it is a very dead Ornn. Flashes away just about as the potion ticks him back up in health. He's got nobody in the wings though. Will get tied by the Q3 and go down to the cleave. There is a Nature's Grasp stolen away by Endeavor here. Nearly at that death cap.
Jonjo struggling a bit now. There's the 4th dragon of the game, the 3rd one for, or the 2nd one, sorry, for, oh, it's cool.
Manzuki does indeed catch him. going to get caught by the Q3. Endeavor's here as well, as is Lamps, as is Silence. It's just one very dead Yone. They make a play on the opposite side to counteract the dragon being taken. 2 dragons apiece. Gold lead's only about 4,000 gold in favor of Celestial Helios at this point. 3 items completed on Silence. You'd wager that Endeavor has it now as well. That he does. 2.5 on Manzuki. Nature's Grasp in the mid lane as everybody's looking. In goes Futa Final Flash. But the ultimate from Manzuki should save Lamps for now. Hostile Takeover not going to be, or is going to be used, but Bailout is going to get popped. Endeavor not quite able to find the Abduct onto the Maokai. Does jump back in, however, as Reaper has rejoined the fray. Manzuki finds the taunt, finds the knockup, finds a hell of a lot of damage as Silence rips through this Renekton. Final Foot of Flash, jump back onto Silence, and onto Sunlight rather, and he just gets so much healing from the Kingslayer. Down goes the Maokai to Silence as well. Blancor, as you rightfully say, has no mana, has to reset. It is Yone versus the world, as Manzuki is just going to keep him out of this river while Celestial Helios look for this Baron.
I mean, he does have his ult up. There is the potential that Yone can get a lot done. Blancor's on the way back as well. They are the most fed members on their team. This could be dangerous, but they're not going to opt into it, at least not in time.
The Baron does go down. They could look for something now, but if they do, it would be dangerous.
Oh, they're going to find him
Oh
here.
no, they found him. He's gone over the wall. He's not found it, but a good Fate Sealed catching onto all 4. But there's just not enough damage. There's not enough time. There's not enough anything. There wasn't even a bullet time to lay out over the top. He will drop, and Celestial Helios balloon their lead even further.
Yeah, I like the idea of the play, but they do see him on the wall, dash over the wall there. So they just need to go and collect him when he pops back. He did hit a nice ultimate. And here we go, ornaments coming down. So it's Rocket Belt and IE upgraded so far from Jonjo.
Is Endeavor going to be looking onto Simple Sam? Steals away the Nature's Grasp. Is going to use it himself. Doesn't quite find the Abduct, but will find him with the Root. Blancor going to be able to get out with Blast Cone, but a quick pick is always nice.
Yeah, a lot less of what you would call an experimental draft from the side of Celestial Helios, and they do seem to be playing it a lot better as Silence walks face first into a Yone, and Lamps might be in trouble. Good handshake. Ignite's come down.
Away. Silence now getting a lot of damage down. Q3 to safety, but Endeavor is behind the tower. Not going to find him with the chain lashes. Endeavor, what? It takes one more shot. Not going to find it. Manzuki is looking. If he can find the Winds of War, he's going to get flash stunned by Reapery. Bullet time, going to look onto Lamps. Does take a tower shot, doesn't quite go down. Redemption comes in. Reapery's looking onto Manzuki. Taunt comes through. We'll see if he can get away. Crescent Moon doesn't quite tag. Still looking, still hunting. Finds the stun. And Manzuki will be the sacrificial member of Helios
Phase
here.
rush.
He's buying a lot of time.
Phase rush almost saved him, but the sapling slows him down. It was very aggressive plays. I mean, Endeavor and Manzuki both diving the tier 2 to try and finish off this Yone, who does live in the end. And luckily, they only lose 1 in that situation because it was very aggressive. It was a nice ultimate from Blancor to almost finish Lamps off. Lamps had to flash. The hostile takeover wasn't as good, and yeah. Very difficult place to be in.
Looking onto Slinger in the top side here. Fate Sealed is not going to go, not going to go through. The Kingslayer does in fact live up to its name.
Damage was disgusting from Silas. Holy. I mean, it is only a... to be fair, it's a lot of damage from the Yone. It's a 3-8-1 Yone, but he is shredding people. And if Aberdeen Wylde can ever actually find a 5v5 fight, I think he's going to get a lot of work done. He's showing that he is talented on the pick for sure.
That he is. Dragon up in 20 seconds. It's soul point for whichever team picks it up. See pings going down into the enemy jungle. Jonjo just looking aggressively.
Dragon spawning, everybody floating around here. Manzuki's not here, but he does have TP and the ultimate, and he is walking. Oh. Big chunk onto Lance. Helios get mid prio, so they are going to be first on the dragon, and Yone's walking top, so it looks like Aberdeen Wylde might just be giving this one.
And they will energize very quickly anyway, so there's very little they can do to trade in response. See pings coming down onto this mid lane here. John Joe is on the flank. The Forge God going to tag onto Blancor. In comes Manzuki, finds the root. Nature's Grasp will tag onto everybody, but Blancor is still being locked up. A hostile takeover tags onto 3. Down goes both bot lane members. Down goes the jungler. Down goes the top laner. Leone's looking on the flank, but will it be enough? All he can do is hold the wave. They've got enough minions, and if one of their tanks can tank the towers up, this could just be game in favor of Celestial Helios. One fight blows the game aside. He does get there, just about, I think. In fact, never mind, it doesn't matter. They've got a Rabadon's buffed Silas and a 4-item Sivir hitting onto the objectives. Leone looks for the reset, finds the Fate Sealed onto 3, but it just doesn't matter, as his final swan song will be to drop dead in his base as Helios take it 2-1.
Well, ends up with over an 11k gold lead in the end. The gold lead sort of bloomed within the last 10 minutes of that game, and very good performance out the side of Celestial Helios, particularly Sunlight on that Silas jungle. 15, 1, and 9. Also a very strong performance from Silence too. So we take a little look at the damage numbers here. Yeah, it's kind of Yone versus the world, isn't it?
Just a little bit.
Blancor does do well, just do a decent amount of damage. So, I mean, strong showing from the side of Aberdeen Wylde. You have to say that Celestial Helios cooked draft, maybe overcooked draft a little bit in game 2 with the Yorick jungle. Didn't really have a lot of impact. But this game 3, much more standard kind of draft. They're on more comfort kind of champions, and good performance overall. And a nice 2-1 win for them.
That it was. Now then, question is, do we have any of them that want to come and have a little chat with us? I'll drop my ping in their team channel, see what they have to say.
Yeah, any of the boys in the chat right now who want to jump in, let us know. We'd love to have you. We'd love to have a little chat. We had Silence last week. A lovely man to talk to. First time I've spoken to him.
Silence is wonderful.
Let's see if any of the boys are about. But yeah, 2-1 win for Celestial Helios. So they do go, I believe, probably top, at least tied top. I don't know how the other results in their group have gone. Div 1 very difficult, along with Div 3, very difficult to know who's the best team. So we do have 3 groups.
We have one of our long-standing members coming to talk to us.
Which one?
We have Lamps coming in to
oh my
have a nice little chat. I'll shift him up now. Hello.
Hello.
Congratulations on what was, I would like to say, a pretty dominant series for 2 out of 3 games.
Yeah, I mean, it was very bad series from us.
I don't know, game 1 was very good. I think it just kind of got a bit harder as the games went on.
Yeah, game 2, we're just overcooked. We need out the kitchen. We need Ramsey back in. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, definitely threw everything in the pot there to see what stuck. A very questionable Yorick pick. Were you like trying to flex it, or was it always just going to be Yorick jungle? You don't have to spoil it if you don't want, but I doubt we're going to see that shit again. Please don't let me see that shit again.
It was meant to go top, and then I don't know what we were thinking. I've got no words. I'm speechless. I can't speak.
So what are feelings? I mean, I don't think I can't speak for you guys as players or for the scrims, but first game you've dropped, on paper looking like one of the favourites to win. Do you think that you will drop many more games, or do you think this is just a one-off, kind of people are having off days?
Yeah, it's definitely a one-off. I think this is the only game we're going to drop. I think a lot of the team today, I don't know, they didn't really feel like, we didn't really click like we normally did. I think from now on, we're just going to put us behind. We're going to learn from it, and we're going to 2-0 until we get to the playoffs, and then it's just clean 3-0s from there.
That is what we like to hear. That is what we like to hear indeed. Cliff, anything from yourself?
Yeah, I had a couple of questions that have kind of been answered already. because that Yorick broke my brain in game one. Game
Who?
two, yeah, game two. Yeah, so I had to correct myself in the end. The Yorick broke my brain in game two. I would say the rise was crazy in game two from Slinger. I think Slinger had a pretty good series overall. When you did the lane assignments, did you intend to put Jonjo into the Yone? Because I thought it would be fine for Ornn into the Yone, but man, he was just shredding him.
We'd just put that on top and just pray it. You know, typical Jonjo things. You put him top, pray that he comes out, not double negative, and just play from there.
Fair, fair. What I would like to do is, if you had to give someone MVP from the series, who would you give it to today?
As much as I'd like to say myself, I think it's got to be Thomas.
He had a good game three, that's for sure. I liked the Blitzcrank though. I liked the Blitz, other than the flash over the wall into your death. It was a good Blitzcrank game. Hit
Yeah, we
lots of
don't talk
hooks.
about that. Yeah, I hit some. I was worried I haven't played Blitz in quite a while. I'm used to like the Thresh and Nord hooks. So getting that instant hook, I thought that I'm going to miss so many and get laughed at, but yeah, it worked out.
I do have a question for you, more on the personal side than the series today. Now, I don't think it's much of a secret that this is going to be your last split in VL for a little while, since your most recent peak attainment. So, just a team that you're happy to be going out with a bang with. I know we're at the start of the season and you've got high hopes, but you know, still a very stacked team. So I'd like to get your thoughts and feelings at the start of the split, and then we can ask you again towards the end.
Yeah, it's going to be sad that I'm not going to be a general yap anymore after the split. But I could have ended it with a 4 better bunch of lads. Really happy going into the split. We've just gel really well with 5 British lads, and yeah, comms are good, the vibes are good, and gameplay is even better. So I'm really looking forward to finishing the split as the Div 1 champion.
That's what we like to hear. Alrighty, well, we will not keep you for too much longer. So if there's anything you would like to say, either to the opponents or to the people watching, or anybody that you'd like to shout out, now is that time to do so.
Yeah, Aberdeen played really well. I took it by surprise. Blanket on the middle lane after played, yeah, really well. So yeah, shout out Aberdeen.
Oh yeah, big shout outs. I agree. They did play really
Yeah.
well.
Most certainly did. All right, mate. Well, on that note, a pleasure to chat with you, however brief, as always. We'll let you go ahead and return to the team and continue your celebrations or discussions or whatever it is you are opting to do after this this win.
Thank you very much.
Once
Thanks
again,
for having us, guys. Cheers.
congratulations. Not a problem. Chat to you soon, mate. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, that'll do us for this evening. Clifford, thank you so much for bringing me on once again. As I mentioned towards the start of the stream, this will be my last cast for a while, and honestly, don't think that could have been a better series to go out on.
Oh, for sure. Absolute banger. Pleasure to have you on. Pleasure to cast with you always. And yeah, I will be back on Monday casting
Yeah.
Celestial Atlas, who I don't remember who they are playing against, but I am looking forward to that. So yeah, thank you
I can tell you.
everybody for joining us. It's honestly been an absolute blast. 3-game banger. Love to cast some Div 1. And yeah, tune in for lots more streams. Who they playing? Did you find out yet?
Kaimani.
Kaimani. That's what we're going to be casting on Monday. Atlas versus Kaimani. So yeah, everybody tuning then. And thank you all for watching us. It's been an absolute pleasure. And we will probably throw a raid to someone. Let's see. Maybe Domain. Let's throw a raid to Domain.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's throw a raid to Domain. Let's go for it. All right. Thank you all for watching. And yeah, see you all on Monday.